Welcome, fools!
Oh, what a fun intro.
To Saving Throw presents Dungeon in a Box. Fools. Hey everybody, I'm David. I'm going to be running through Dungeon in a Box today, which is a fun subscription box service that delivers a complete dungeon every month to your house. And we're playing through the third adventure today with a table for full of 4 sweet-ass nerds.
All right then. Yeah,
I'll take it if I'm a sweet-ass nerd.
Yeah.
That I'm going to hang out with. The adventure today, guys, is called Splendor of the Sewers. Splendor of the Sewers. This is, as I said, the third box. If you guys missed the previous 2 adventures, they're on the Twitch stream archive, so you can check them out there. We'll be taking you guys down into the murky, dangerous sewers beneath the city of Greyhaven, where you have received a special map that is a highly sought-after commodity that leads to an artifact hidden somewhere in the city. Kind of a MacGuffin that everybody wants. That map, that's right. The map that Samo was left with at the end of last session. The Duke wanted it. We'll catch up on all of that.
Is that an actual handout in the thing?
It is. That's one of the. It doesn't come in the box. That is part of the digital handouts. So everybody gets mailed. There's actually a few handouts that come.
Awesome.
That's so cool.
That's cool.
This whole thing is cool, guys.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't stress
I'm
it.
overwhelmed.
It's cool.
It is cool.
It's very cool. It's impressive.
Heather,
Yeah.
you think it's cool as well?
I think it's
Wow,
like I
everyone
actually
thinks it's
can't
cool.
find
It's
words
cool.
like I'm like it's cool.
It's
We
cool.
got the map, we got the map, we got
It,
I'm
it
sorry.
looks really good. Actually, when you look closely at it too, there's a lot of like detail on it.
Yeah, you might
It's
actually
thought
want to look
put into
closely
that
at it
map.
because it's
Otherwise, we will be
I
gonna get
can't
lost
edit
and
it
die.
out. Yeah. So you
Okay.
get all of this cool stuff we're going to see today in Dungeon in a Box. It includes the map. You're going to see these minis, the adventure module. Basically, everything we're going to go through today comes in the box. We're giving one away. We're giving out a monthly subscription during the stream today. Anybody who's watching, any amount that you donate enters you into a raffle, basically. Am I right?
No, $5.
Each $5.
Yeah.
Sorry. So for each, you're essentially, a ticket costs $5. Thank you, Dom. That's our producer, Dom. Thank you, Dom.
Thank you.
Every $5 you donate buys you a raffle ticket, and at the end of the session today, around 3:30 or 4, we're going to draw. So if you enjoy what you see, donate a little bit. It supports this great channel, which has awesome content all week long, every day of the week. And I'll talk more about that in a second. But donate to win. And you know what's even better? We're
What?
doing all sorts of donations today.
What's happening
All sorts
today?
of-
Amazing.
We went to Gen Con this year. Dungeon in a Box went to Gen Con. We have these exclusive Gen Con mini adventures, mini boxes.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's like a
Like anything that's mini. I'm sorry. I'm really excited.
it's like a whole one-shot adventure. It includes tons of stuff you get in the regular box, including these like ship map tile that you can use to run. It's a whole like pirate encounter that goes to a magical island.
It's pirates, you guys.
I remember running forth.
Aren't you excited?
Like an actual ship tile.
I would have killed for that ship tile.
Here's about it's like a dozen of these flat plastic miniatures you guys are going to
Oh,
see
those are
more
nice.
of.
Oh,
A
they're
one-shot
good.
adventure. There's a map in here that I can fold out. Oh, a handout for this as well.
But wait, there's more.
There's so much. I just want to show you guys this briefly because
Oh, it's so pretty.
there's no way to get these. These aren't available on our website. Just a little mini
Look
map.
at that.
So it's like a mini map. It's a mini adventure. It's a ton of minis. So that's weird, but
It's a mini.
yeah. But what we're doing
minis.
is there's nowhere else to get these. They were given out at Gen Con. We have a few left over, so anyone who donates to the stream, $10 or more, will just be sent one of these. We have, while supplies last, we have like a small stack of these left still. So $10 or more, it gets you the mini adventure, that just gets sent out to you, and 2 tickets to win the raffle at the end of the session, which is the
You
full
could
month.
double win, basically, is what
Yeah.
you're saying.
So
Okay.
$10 guarantees you something and a chance at something else.
Yeah, for sure.
That's pretty awesome.
And it supports the stream, which I was talking about, is totally, it's like PBS basically. We're totally viewer supported here, backer supported. Gemethist!
Hey!
Oh, he's in it.
Dang.
Always nice to see you again, Gemethist.
Thank you.
We'll be sending you out one of these adventures. These will also be getting shipped internationally if you're international, which currently Dungeon in a Box is only available within the US. But if you win the raffle, I will send this out to you internationally. Or if you win or donate to get any of the mini adventures, we'll send that internationally as well. So if you're an international viewer, jump in on it.
International stars.
Thank you for the sub, Sharpie Mail. Yay!
If you're on another planet, though, we haven't quite got.
I'll make it happen.
Okay.
If you
Intergalactic travel's
wait a
coming
while.
up.
Yeah.
It might take a little longer, but
Yeah.
I believe in us.
Guarantee we will get that out to you.
Yeah.
So I know that was a ton of information. I'll rehash it as we play through here. Dom, our producer, is in chat and he can answer all your questions. The mods can help you as well. But we're giving away lots of cool stuff and
Yeah.
everyone can get it. Yay.
Yay.
And it's dope.
Yeah.
We'll
it's
take a look.
So great.
Yeah, it is great. It's awesome. And we're awesome. And like I was saying, this is a totally backer-supported channel. We don't have brand sponsors or anything like that right now. We do have a lot of amazing content, including a new Shadowrun game, et cetera, et cetera. There's all sorts of cool stuff. It's not just D&D, although this is D&D. But we're going to rely on awesome viewers to support us. So thank you. These donations go straight to the channel to keep us broadcasting, and I'm happy to support them.
Great.
Okay, let's get into it, guys. Thank you so much for joining. So, oh yeah, first let's, who are you?
Oh.
You guys want
right.
to just give me
I was
just
ready.
a quick second about who you are and who you're playing today, and then we'll
Okay.
just jump into it.
Hey guys, I'm Daniel Acker, and I'm playing Pragma. He's a warlock high elf who's just like a guy interested in making friends, but most likely has a devil living inside of him. So it's based on me. All right.
I love it.
I'm Andrew. I'm playing Jack Holiday. He is a halfling bard and snake oil salesman. And the particular snake oil that he is selling is peck oil for his and one of the lovely models that is always modeling his slightly medicinal of dubious nature peck oil is the person to my left here.
Oh, hey, I'm Terry Gamble. I'm playing Samo. I am a barbarian, half orc. I'm a model now. I used to be a fighter, and now I've discovered that my pecs are gorgeous. I can do nothing but share them with the world and travel with my dear friend Holiday and sell this oil because it's changing lives.
Yay, Samo!
Yay. I'm Heather Wood. I play Tristan, who is a sorcerer who's been kicked out of his house. His family won't support him anymore. Won't do anything until he does something with his life. And so
Now you're stuck together. You dopes find yourselves stuck together after joining a caravan traveling across this realm known as the Greenwald, and met up with this quirky gnome character who was like, "Oh wait, now that we've met, why don't you help me into the city and I'll pay you just too much money. It's probably too much, but I just want to give it to you because I like you." And sure enough, he turned out to be a lot of trouble. He had this friend who's supposed to have this mystical map, this very important piece of research the sage was doing. The sage ends up dead, the map ends up in your hands, and the Duke of Greyhaven, the most powerful noble, the de facto king, shows up with a bunch of guards, demands it from you, a giant fight breaks out, magical items are used irresponsibly, poor idiot's tavern is destroyed. That was a fun scene.
I think we talked our way out of that, more or less, right?
Yeah, more or less.
After we trapped
After-
everyone in bubbles.
Yeah.
Suddenly they listen.
Yeah, nuke first, then negotiate.
Yeah.
So we're gonna. Oh, and then everything seemed like it was sorted, and then you guys were ambushed in the middle of the night by a couple drow, elf assassin types.
Oh yeah.
Also,
Down that alley and
also
everything,
seemed like
yeah.
they're after this map.
Yep.
That's right, down that alley. Who had undead
spirit.
spirits
Yeah, that was
chained to their
awful.
will. It was awful. So I think that's right where we'll pick up.
Great.
As Tristan is standing there at night in a rain-slicked alleyway, and a ghost. Oh, please allow me to part the veil of reality.
I was about to say, is this happening now? Or?
It flutters away. It's parting, right? Flutters aside, and we see that we're standing in a narrow, rain-soaked alleyway. You can hear the drips of water falling off of the eaves. Still, the lamplight is gleaming off of the wet cobblestones, and a rage-filled apparition, just a haunted, cursed spirit, is surging towards Tristan, and its hand passes into your chest. You feel it like it's gonna grab your heart and rip it out by its roots. When up on a rooftop, quick pan to the rooftop where your barbarian comrade is attacking the drow who seems to control it. The drow is forced to drop back, ducks down with a hiss, turns, and then darts away into the shadows of the night. And as it does so, the spirit attacking you seems to be physically pulled back from you, as if invisibly chained to this drow. And they both fade into the darkness, leaving you alone on the street with the map. So you may want to take a look at that. If you want to hand that around to the group, feel free to do so.
Yep.
While you're doing that, quick cut to Castle Greyhaven, where we see the darkened chambers of the Duke himself, currently empty, just a servant going around like lighting candles for the evening. Outside of a doorway we hear inhuman footsteps. Sounds like hooves or claws or something like that upon flagstones. And there's the sound of like and the footsteps change into the sound of human feet trotting upon stones. And the door opens, and the Duke of Greyhaven swoops into his room. The servant recoils in fright.
Oh.
Duke, I didn't. God, fool, I have thinking to do. And settles into a brood, gazing out over his city through the night. Countless lights on all these twinkling little buildings that stretch out before them. The castle sitting on top of sort of a promontory in town, a cliff that gives it a commanding view of the city, of the harbor beyond, of the lights of ships sailing into and out of port. And after a moment as he broods, he addresses an unseen figure who is just somewhere in the open air, off to the side of the night sky.
Santa.
Nice that you went there.
Did you say Santa?
Yeah.
Okay. That's such a pragma thing. He thinks everything's so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He swapped the letters.
I still have the aid of the Order of the Spire, says the Duke, speaking to the unseen figure. You most certainly do, comes the voice. Good. We need those adventurers found. We need that map. Otherwise, Greyhaven will fall, and then the realm. And the Spire continues to have the unflagging support of the Duke of Greyhaven? Yes. Now do what you can. Let's have these wanted criminals rounded up for treason. An attack upon the Duke. That'll do it. Good. Alert your men. There's no time to waste. And then there's like the sound of someone bowing. And then
You just hear, oh, my back.
and then the fluttering sound of like a piece of fabric being blown in the wind, and just for a moment, a flying carpet crosses the moon. The person sitting on it and like cross-legged stands and disappears into the night. Cut back to you guys. Next morning, rested up from your fight. Probably not in the same tavern or the same inn.
No, I don't know.
You might have needed to find new accommodation. I understand.
Totally
Yeah.
demolished. I think yes, probably new.
But we also
accommodation.
destroyed this tavern for no reason.
Well,
You guys have this map. So this is a handout. This is the thing that everyone's wanted and that people have been willing to kill for. Is it possible for someone to read the text in the upper left there?
Sure. In character, out of character, David.
Let's do in character. So next morning, around the breakfast table at a disreputable inn.
Jack finishes his hearty breakfast upon which this map has been his placemat. And
like
there's just
Denny's.
yeah,
He's done the maze.
Yeah. Breakfast always tastes best after you've nearly been killed by horrible shackled apparitions. Right. So this thing seems important. The location of the abbey, founded to anoint the peace and keep the artifacts safe from evil hands. It looks like the sewers of Greyhaven. There's a bunch of little like symbols and stuff like that. Maybe do any of you know anything about magic and the boring kind that involves math?
Might know.
Yeah, I can try.
A little bit, yeah.
We're good friends.
Yeah.
I got nah.
Someone wants to make that'd be an Arcana skill check. Intelligence, Arcana. Daniel,
your
before you
Arcana?
make that check,
What's
Your
yours?
what's your Arcana?
I just have a +1, so if you.
+3.
Oh, dang.
That's you.
well, whoever would like to make the check, please
I
tell
had
me.
very good tutors.
Daniel, regardless, we have a reroll for you. This comes from Sharpie Mail.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go for your sub. Thank you so much for the sub. And
That's
JD and
real
Radiator actually subbed as well, which gives them a reroll, which goes to me. You
Oh.
fools. Thank you, fools.
Even coming to us. Trust us.
I understand that you're both very skilled in the arcane, but I'm going to give it to the person that looks rich.
Yeah.
So,
That's fair.
Hand it across the
I'm
table.
rich in friends.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. 17.
17. Okay, and you were studying, it sounded like
Yeah.
the runes and stuff that are kind of on the map?
I try
the
to pose
symbols.
just right, just looking at it. Just,
There's all the
These symbols, so
and
it takes, after you kind of puzzle over them for a minute, so these are not a rune you're particularly familiar with. If anything, they resemble draconic, ancient draconic runes.
okay.
Seems
Do you speak Draconic?
am
you've got
I
draconic
am-
bloodlines
yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah.
One of your grandpappies was shacking up with a dragon
Yeah.
or something. What color of dragon? Do you know? That's the color of their skin. Chromatic.
Don't turn
No,
this into a
I don't know how
dragon
to-
race
I
thing.
feel like
yeah, it's
I'm
already
feeling-
awkward enough.
Yeah. I'm feeling blue or purple. It's gonna mean that. Feeling that
I
one.
like it. Okay, blue or purple, but you
Yeah.
don't know. I like that. You got to go to ancestry.com. And
Yeah.
50% chance blue,
23andMe.
25% chance purple. So you can see that these red runes, they seem like the translations above them
D20 and
have
me.
been written by the guy who signed off on the map at the bottom, which says, runes translated by the sage Tychus of Greyhaven with invaluable assistance from his companion Geoffrey, who has the giant sleepy-eyed newt.
Didn't it crawl?
Yeah.
Didn't it, like hang out with you?
He's hanging out with me.
Crawls around on your shoulder and licks your ear a little more.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
that was Geoffrey.
Yeah.
Tychus was that dead body and
Yeah.
a friend of Findazzle's.
But there's only one option. We need to viciously interrogate Jeffrey until
Well,
he
can't-
tells us what all of this is
Can't some
about.
of us talk to animals?
Oh.
Can you?
Wow.
I can't.
And if he helped with the
You're only
map,
wolves.
wait a minute. Pragma's looking at the map, he's reading, and he's going, guys, not only do I have 3 friends sitting here right now, but there's actually a 4th friend, a lizard friend. And then we're about to go into the sewers where he's probably crawled around and helped him find this. We should start talking to him and have him lead the way.
Little friend.
So he's just like a big splay-legged, he's all black with gold flecks all over him, sleepy-eyed newt, and you look at their face, and it looks like a big newt face, but the eyes are just half lidded.
Oh, he's so cute.
Wake him up!
He's so cute.
He just kind of lethargically licks things.
Aw.
Yeah.
Lead us.
With my big mitts. I'm like,
Alright.
Well, who can speak? So this is a good question. I think it requires a spell usually. Speak to animals. No, your barbarian can speak to wolves, I believe.
yeah.
But that's a far cry from a
From a
newt.
newt.
Yeah, sleepy-eyed newt.
I've got.
I can comprehend language, which I used on the wolves earlier, so I can't really understand, but I can get a sense
Okay.
if they're in danger or
I did
anything.
use that on the wolves.
And do you have
Speak.
animal handling?
Me?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I have animal
handling.
handling. That's
So
probably
animal
why I ended up
handling
with
could
it.
help. You
I got a
wouldn't actually
+3
be
in
able to speak to
animal.
it, but you would know how to goad a newt into going somewhere.
Yeah, much like a bloodhound. Like,
Yeah.
lead us to the secrets of your
Okay.
dead owner.
What you got?
Well, this I don't know this because it's written, it's translated from Draconic, but I can actually speak, read, and write Draconic.
Oh, great. Well, this is a form of Draconic. You actually recognize these runes as like a strange hybrid form of coded Draconic used in magic rituals. But in particular, so you're like, okay, the forest. This one is the forest. This one's the tower. Sleepers in stone. This one in particular seems to be the most important, though. The oath-bound ones. So it says, and from the runes, just the size and the shape of them, you can tell that if there's any particular location that is important on this map, it's right there.
Okay.
So you're like, okay.
Okay.
And the rest of it seems to just be the actual sewer map of the city
Okay.
itself with an entryway marked that's not too far from where you guys are, which is fortunate because the tavern keeper is starting to look really like. You see, he's got like a piece of paper. He's like looking at.
Oh,
he's
no.
like looking at you guys.
Nice.
DJ Who! Thank you so much for the subscription or the resubscription. And Zareth, I think I said thanks already, but awesome. So Zareth and Gemethist, you guys are both getting the Gen Con exclusive mini adventures will be sent
Look
out
really
to you.
cool.
I think Dom is going to get your addresses from you if he doesn't already have them, and we will ship those out to you guys probably tomorrow. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Anyone else for a $10 donation to the channel, you win the you get 2 raffle tickets to win a month of Dungeon in a Box, and you also get one of the mini adventures. So that's a good deal.
These are great.
It's a great deal. Something about
We're
something.
going to the Oathbound.
Yeah.
The tavern
Oathbound.
keeper is looking at a piece of paper, which he like sets down, just like on the bar, and then just like he just kind of like strolls out the back door, leaving the little tavern, the little disreputable hole in the wall tavern you guys are in, empty.
We should.
Other than
He's
you
gonna
guys.
go make a call.
Should we dine and dash this one? I think we're being checked out, and I always know we're being checked out.
I love not paying for things, so I'm in favor of this.
Whatever
plan.
he says.
We should
Yeah.
go.
Let's
we
go.
should. This is bad.
He might be coming back with more friends though.
No.
We don't want them. We don't want them
Okay.
for friends. Those are not great people. He's gonna come back.
If they're real friends, they'll seek us out later. Don't worry.
Cool.
That's true. What?
I'm like thinking, like grabbing the rest of the
Can I-
food as we go.
Can I try and grab the piece of paper that was on the
Sure,
bar?
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see what
Good thinking.
it says.
That's why we have Holiday here, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know how high the
He's
intelligence is
wily.
around this table.
It's not great.
So
Tristan's not.
Oh, don't worry, he's
Sure.
not smart.
it's
I don't think any of us are. I
None
think
of us were Mensa.
it's your
He's good at convincing you. He is.
It's a classic wanted poster basically with charcoal sketch drawings of the 4 of your faces done from memory from somebody who hadn't seen you directly.
No.
Like possibly the Duke of Graven described them, but it's kind of close enough to you guys that especially like the 4 of you
That
guys
the fact that we're all together, it's
Yeah.
very
I feel
obvious.
like we could have done better on our lines.
Yeah, it's a little insulting probably.
Yeah, I look at him like,
You're like, I'm not as handsome as I should be.
Well, really, your
Pragma's like,
pecs aren't
My
pecs
as
are
shiny
not-
as they should be.
We have our album cover.
Can someone make either a so as you guys come bustling out the door, you just see the tavern keeper coming back around the corner with like a group of people being like, no, come on, I think that's no. I need somebody in the group to give me either a stealth or a deception check really quickly just to evade detection for this.
Oh, not good.
I got a 21 on stealth.
Yeah.
Dang.
What you see something of the perfect little
Yeah.
hidey hole or something to
Yeah.
duck into. What do you see?
Outside the tavern? Or
Yeah, this is you've just stepped outside.
Uh,
Into the streets, my god, we're here.
for some reason, they have a little tornado cellar. So we duck into like the first little bit of stairs and we close the lid.
Perfect. And you see
Nice.
these guys tromp by and they're going, there's somewhere I'm not, and they like walk on by.
My head is definitely peeking out a little bit though, because
Yeah.
I'm a little too big for this.
Notice.
for this to work.
You hear there's a little flop flop sound as Jeffrey leaps off of your shoulders and starts. You hear him licking, I guess, at something. And you guys turn around. You can see that there is a additional little slime-covered stone stairway leading down into the sewers underneath the city. And pulling out your map, marked right on your map by pure chance, seemingly, an entryway to the sewers of Greyhaven. So, guys, we're going to be running a condensed version of this adventure today. So I'll be jumping through a little bit of the prepared material. Each box is kind of set up so that you can run it just as a one shot, which we're going to kind of be doing today. But there's enough material to just like do a whole, 3 or 4 adventures usually. So we're not going to be doing that. What we're going to be doing is throwing you guys right into the sewers.
Sweet.
Yay! All right.
So Wanted for Treason's great. So I'm going to have us, like every time, there's a random chart page. A random
Yes, I love those.
thing. So this is a taste of the sewers,
Yum.
secrets and surprises.
Oh boy.
It's totally
So-
like choose your own adventures, and I love that. It makes me
I
so
know.
happy.
Everybody's sewer adventure is going to be different.
Taste of the Sewers, the new Guy Fieri restaurant.
Guys, sewers are more than just
Taking you
underground
below
tunnels that smell bad, particularly in a world rife with magic, mystery, and monsters. For cities that have been around as long as Greyhaven, this is doubly true. antediluvian waterways, labyrinthine catacombs, natural caverns, monster warrens, and forgotten ruins all intertwine in the twisted, unmappable mess the folk of Greyhaven simply call the sewers. The city of Greyhaven has been occupied continually for millennium, built, raised, and rebuilt more times than anyone can properly say. The modern-day sewers are little more than repurposed ruins left behind by previous generations. These ruins of the old city were built in a previous age when the world was at peace. The War of the Dragons, which devastated the Greenwold, also shattered the city of Greyhaven and its people. The history is lost, but the ruins remain. Nobles fund the maintenance of the important sewage channels, but these relatively well-maintained areas are only a small portion of the whole. Some even say that you can follow the sewers all the way down into the depths of the earth itself. Here we go. So each of you guys roll a.
Who is the highest history score, by the way? I got 3.
That's pretty good.
I
3.
just got 1.
3. All right, so
No, same old shit.
basically
That would
everything
be
David just said
-1.
was a conversation between us.
Okay.
It's as if these ruins have been around for millennia. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
All right, so go ahead and the chart this time is actually pretty complicated. The random charts in this particular one is like a whole series of, because the sewers are this unmappable mess. I didn't want to provide like, here's the map. You can take a left and then you take a right and then you get there. It's more like each time you go into the sewers, it's a brand new crazy thing. Guys, thank you so much. This is awesome.
Wow,
Uh,
yeah, thank you.
Good trivia.
Vampire
Vampire 54. Yeah.
Thank you for
Yay.
supporting the channel, guys, and thank you for watching. That's awesome. Okay, so there's like a whole system here. I'm not going to get into it, but basically it's a way to like each time you're like go to the next location, you roll to see what the sewer's like and what you encounter. We're just going to go through one encounter here. So can I get a D8 from you?
D8.
And the rest of you guys roll a D6.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll start with you.
6.
Okay, just as city districts have character, so too do the tunnels beneath them. Use these tables to help flesh out the quirks and challenges of the sewers as the party moves from encounter to encounter. Great, so you rolled a 6.
Yep.
Sewer condition, overflowing.
Oh, God.
The sewage has overflowed the canal by several inches. Hey, here's our sewer map, by the way.
We're surfing, folks.
The sewage has overflowed the canal by several inches. Characters, as they travel through, are going to need to make a dexterity save each round or treat the ground as difficult.
Does it track people suddenly unsubscribing? From
Oh, God. All right, we'll go from there. Daniel, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 1.
Lurking danger. Featureless. So it's overflowing, but also featureless. So go ahead and give me a dexterity check on.
This is great.
Me?
Yeah, I need a.
Okay. It looks like that's going to be a 10.
Oh, just enough. Okay, so you managed to kind of ford away through the overflowing sewage where you're not walking through too much.
Yeah, I'm like 3 feet tall, so that's just, that makes sense. I would need to.
You're sticking to the
I'm
edge.
definitely
have a
gonna have to carry
snorkel?
all you guys.
Feature. Jesus, yeah. Don't worry, I've got my snorkel.
Oh.
You guys are just following this tube sticking up out of the hole.
I hope
Okay.
I don't puke, you guys.
Little bubbles. And these are medieval sewers, guys. This is
No, I know,
worse
it's
than you
bad.
could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
Featureless. You need to make a wisdom survival check for me or lose the path. On a failure, the party wanders closer to the old city. Add +2 to all random encounter checks. So there's a random encounter table as well, and it gets harder the higher you roll. So there's some results on the random encounter table, like old city abominations, that require you to roll a 20 or higher. Which this will let you do. So go ahead, make a wisdom survival check for me, sir, since that was your roll.
Survival grade. 20.
Nice.
What? Okay, so to you, this sewers and featureless. It's
Yeah.
as familiar as the back of your hand.
I never forget a face.
Just like I have lots of friends here.
And you've got Jeffrey the new leading the way.
Yeah.
Just kind of
Yeah,
flopping
that
around.
makes sense.
So you guys.
He's drowning. We don't know if he's swimming or the current's taking him.
Oh, there he goes.
Look at him go!
Jeffrey!
Look at that nude swim!
Oh.
Luckily, you don't get lost. Terry, what did you roll there?
I rolled a 5.
5. Oh, damn. Okay. You find as you guys wander through the sewers, a magic item. Give me another D6 roll. Something spotless and shiny amid the muck.
Another 5.
Okay, great.
Done.
Just floating there is a round glass bottle with a bright reddish pink fluid inside of it. It's corked up and stoppered. It's a magic potion if you've ever seen one. Just kind of like in the rest of a big.
But how did it get this sword? Someone needs to go to the doctor.
Clean off the
Yeah. Just make sure you wash the when you swallow.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. All right, nice. So you wouldn't necessarily roll on all of these tables each time, but let's do the last one as well.
A 6.
Oh, a 6. Oh, dope. Secret of the Old City. So this one you would only normally roll on this. We'll just say you guys have been wandering for quite a while, following Jeffrey.
So
This gets
gross. It's so
washed
gross down here.
further and further into the old
Oh my god,
city.
you're totally so like
Never been
bothered
here
by
like
it.
this before. I used to just.
I'd be like, it smells like home.
Oh,
Growing up.
no. At last, Jeffrey kind of swims/washes himself onto a dry portion of this non-overflowing passage. It's like an ancient, must have at one point been a big chamber inside of a building that's been built over and paved over. It's hard to tell how far beneath the city streets you are now. Could just be a foot or two above you. You could have descended 20 feet beneath the earth. This room, though, Tristan, as you look around the corner, is an incinerated stone chamber filled with ash. Its walls actually are essentially glassed, as if intense heat had just been blasted into it and caused the stone itself to flow and melt before rehardening. Drifts of ash are still up in the corners where it hasn't hardened into sort of like a stone-like cruft. Give me an intelligence investigation check as you look around.
Okay.
It's safe to say that no one in the right mind would have followed us, so we're safe here for a moment, I would imagine.
20.
Damn, you guys are rolling well. In this dragon-raised room, you find just kind of a malformed piece of glassy ash or whatever, something that just by intense heat have been melted and transformed. It's like a little spike, promontory spike, that has been converted into magical glass by the intense heat it was subjected to. What it was originally, it's hard to say, but now it's a chunk of dragon glass.
It's a bomb.
I think this is the
It's a bong. That's what it sounds like.
It's like just like a crystalline kind of like lump of glassy obsidian style stone, but within it, inside, there's a warm reddish light which glows, and it's warm to the touch.
Sweet.
Yeah, and you can kind of just break it free. You've probably heard or were told a tale of this at some point. They're curios essentially. They're found throughout the realm. They generally show up where things, generally where dragon fire melds with something else in a weird way. They're kind of just low-level magic items.
Oh yeah.
No real purpose to them, probably. No reason for you to have that. But
I'm gonna keep
you,
it.
for some reason, you feel like you want to keep it.
How big is it again? Like.
No, it's probably just like palm size. You could hold it in
Great,
one
so I'm
hand.
gonna-
So, referencing the map and the twists and turns of the knee-deep effluence we have been swimming in, where are we on the map? Would anyone care to guess?
That's a good question. So we're kind of like, beep, beep, beep. I'd put you guys here.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Did that help you?
We're close to where we need to be.
Quite near to the Oathbound ones, yes.
Okay, great.
So we're not going to run. Normally, I'd go through a bunch of random encounters as we get you guys in here. I'm just going to read through some of them so you get a sense of what they'd be.
Love that.
Rats, yeah.
Rats?
Rat swarms. Why did it have to be rats? Search
Because it's
parties.
always got to be rats.
So you guys pass as you go through rats boiling out of the walls and places. Search party of people from the surface, like led by like a priest and like a bunch of like thugs being like, they're around here somewhere, keep looking. So your sewer dwellers. Oh, we might as well do these guys.
Sewer dwellers.
Oh boy.
We might as well do
Well,
these
that's
guys.
the ticket right
People
there.
who choose to be here.
Somebody who needs to roll d6. I do. I haven't rolled a good d6 yet. Let's see what happens. I'm the DM.
You get to roll dice too.
1.
Good.
Thank you. Smugglers. So as you guys come around a corner, you notice a group. Go ahead. Do we have minis? Let's go ahead and throw them on the map here. I'll
Yeah.
throw some guys down too.
Where are we?
Yeah.
Where would you like to be?
Not in the poo.
Not in the spoo.
Yeah.
We can go throw ourselves over there.
All right. There we go. Is this map included?
Yeah, this map is part of the adventure, as are the flat plastic minis we're going to be dealing with here.
That's
Oh, those
awesome.
guys look difficult.
Okay.
I should just put them over here. I think they're coming off down this side passageway. You guys hear someone bickering. Thank you. You hear the bickering between a group of what surely smugglers in the process
Don't call
of.
me
That
Shirley.
one definitely looks like David Bowie from Labyrinth. Is that?
These are
Not
so. These are
wrong.
the minis you get from flat plastic minis. These are made by Arknight Games.
Oh,
We
he
include
definitely
it.
looks like David Bowie.
They do great art.
Labyrinth.
Sarah.
That
Oh,
is
he was
very
great.
cool. Sorry, I'm in love with this mini. Go on.
They're in the
something
process
about
of what makes you think they're smugglers are. They're in the process of unpacking a wooden crate and taking out what are clearly like one of them has like a hooded lantern that's just shedding like a little narrow gleam of lamplight. Otherwise, it's totally dark down here. You can see in the dark.
Yep.
But you can. Halfling can't. You may not be able to.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, can you cast the light spell?
Yeah, I think I can. I think so. Let me double check. I'm sorry.
One or the other, you probably has light, or are you guys going by torch?
I don't
Oh,
necessarily
I
need
do
torch
light
because I
spell.
have dark
Yep.
vision.
I'm gonna
for
cast light
sure.
spell so we can have our hands free. Oh, sorry. You were saying.
No, go on.
I'll cast light spell. Yeah.
Your sword also glows still.
Oh, that's right.
It floats above, right?
Oh
Yeah.
That's right. You have to say the keyword, which is your name.
Same-o.
That's awesome.
That's true. So are you doing that? So you just place your sword in the air and it's
Yeah.
just floating there and
Let
just
it-
shedding light like a bluish.
Then I don't
white
have to
light.
worry about it getting caught in all the sewer stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
that's so gross.
Great. Then who's leading the way? Because I got to roll to see if they notice you.
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
My friend Jeffrey.
I think I just chose you randomly.
Yeah.
I think you're in the lead.
Fair enough.
Give me a stealth check to see if they notice you. Sweetly. You hear this halfling yelling at these three humans who are bent over these like wooden crates that they're like filled with straw. You can kind of see going, "Hurry up, you idiots! Hurry up, quickly! We have to get this back to the Lord Mayor."
I roll a 14.
14. What's that? Light. Who goes there? He says, quickly covering
The
hooded
snorkel
lantern.
dips down.
And then it quickly comes up and goes,
So foul.
didn't think it through.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, can we do the classic pool noodle attack and just
Oh.
around the corner?
I am gonna be so ill.
The answer to that question is yes, you absolutely could do that. If you wanted to have someone explode out of the sewage and just hurl a bunch of filth on them, that is not a terrible idea. This halfling in front comes stalking towards you. I say, who goes there? We're just ordinary folks. Who's we is? What are you doing down here? You can see him, those of you, I guess you all can see it because the light is shining across there, slowly reaching towards a light crossbow hanging from his side. The other thugs are just hunched over. You can see though that they all have like clubs and stuff just like sitting around on the ground. And they're all looking at you with the animal-like caution of a caged animal.
So, can I whisper something to this halfling now that I've kind of... How did I do in my stealth check?
He noticed you.
He noticed me?
Yeah, they noticed you. That's
And then I just lock eyes with him and be like, "Have you drunk this water yet? It's delicious. I just go at it. It's got curative properties."
This is filth.
So
You're swimming in the sewage.
I'm going to use suggestion, which is a second
spell,
level
okay.
spell.
That sounds effective.
Yeah. So you need to roll a Wisdom DC 13 check,
Okay.
or start chugging this stuff like it's.
Look, it's delicious.
Oh, he passes.
He passes? No.
Let me double
How
check.
could he ever resist that particular suggestion?
Yeah, he passes that one.
But he is tempted.
Well, I'm getting thirsty. Wait a minute. Who has a who has the highest passive perception in the group? Or,
14.
let me put it another way. Who has higher than a 13? 14 is good.
I have 13.
10. Self-absorbed.
14. So, Ogma, or Pragma, you notice, you can just kind of glimpse what they're packing into the crates. It's dark and it's sort of obscured.
But I can see in the dark.
You can see in the dark, yes, and you're observant. They seem to have bolts of silk cloth that they're packing with, but it's like a very unusual. It doesn't look like normal like silk. It looks like very finely like exotic silk of some sort. Hard to say exactly.
Rayon? Not quite, you know.
And then you notice in with that there are like it looks like scroll tubes that are made out of bone that are carved with like little intricate like patterns on them that you can't quite make out that they're like packing into these crates. or taking out of the crates. Your suggestion spell fails.
Pragma then whispers to everyone, like, so we have our album cover. These guys might have our stage costumes. All silk, all the time.
God,
That's the best thing you've ever said.
I gotta get silk.
I can't wait for this band.
I'll take anything that's not soaked in sewage water.
Can that be our first album, like all silk all the time?
Yeah.
I think everybody needs to roll initiative.
Yeah, baby.
So I was wondering if anyone had an idea, but it sounds like no.
Apologize. That was my. I could have just gone for straight diplomacy, but I figured.
And as we're getting into this, nope, I love it. DJ Who sends the reroll to Heather.
Thank you,
DJ Who, thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome, so much. Okay, great. And let me hand out inspiration to everyone at the table before I forget, because you guys are doing a good job. You're doing so good. I'm loving it. Okay, initiative checks. Let's start with Andrew. What'd you get?
23.
23. You're going first.
23. I
Oh,
crit
Jesus.
mine.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Shoot.
You guys are going together.
Sorry.
Yeah, you go then.
21.
Okay.
20.
7.
Wow, they rolled a 1 on there. So you guys all gonna go first. The two of you. Who wants to go first? Okay.
Take it.
All right, cool. So for this particular. Okay, so this particular.
So pretty. Sorry. That's all I got. It's just like, yep.
Just Tristan's been like walking like this the whole way.
Oh, poor Tristan.
Mine is not okay down here.
I'm sure Tristan, you considered staying up on the streets. You're like, okay,
Yes.
you guys go. But
Yes.
there, it's like that one box that came by looking for you. As you got out on the streets and looked around, there were like every 15 feet, there's like a wanted poster with your
Oh,
face
jeez.
on it. Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. It's actually every 6 hours you spend on the streets, I get to make a check to see if a band, like a posse, comes by
Oh,
and tries to
wow.
find you. Yeah. So
All right. So Jack looks at the person, realizes that the initial suggestion did not take hold, and
that's
so,
drinking sewer water, you freak.
and it's like, my God, you're right. I must be poisoned. This whole place is poisoned. So if you can roll a DC 13 wisdom check for me.
That he fails.
Okay, so on a failure, so what I cast was Dissonant Whispers. So you fail, so you take 5, 9, oh God, 15.
Uh-oh.
You take 18 damage.
Third level characters, right? Third level characters?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Wow.
It's a second level spell that I casted. That's the
Wow.
last of my second level spells.
Dang.
And it must move as far as its speed allows away from me.
This is not very far because it dies immediately. Kathleen just goes, "You're now poison!" Just clutches its head and screams, and then just dives headfirst into the toxic.
Yeah, and just starts.
It just right into the slime and then doesn't move.
Excellent.
The power of suggestion. He's just like, oh, I'm dead.
So I turn to you all and be like, it's on you now. I did my part. So as my bonus action, I'm going to use my new third level ability, which is Mantle of Inspiration.
This is amazing.
So I'm going to use one of my bardic inspirations, and I can use up to creatures I can see +3, which is the three of you.
guys.
And each creature can immediately use its reaction to move up to its speed without provoking opportunity attacks, and gets +5 temporary hit points.
Oh my god.
So position yourselves wherever you like.
Yeah, move you guys
To
wherever
murder
you'd like
these
to be on the
folks.
map as you guys just
This is awesome.
explode into action as your sewer slime drenched friend murders a man.
Where do we want to go, guys?
Probably close to these thugs. This guy has been blasted. He's
Into the
just-
shiz.
Close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
dead.
I'll be
Being
back on
back.
the wall.
Oh,
Here?
No, like, and still seeing them, but yeah.
And I'll use my move action to move at least 3 squares away from anyone that could hurt me. Okay, thank
I'm gonna
you.
stand
Here?
behind
There we go.
strong people too.
Okay,
Is this
so
a
everyone's
difficult
getting
terrain
behind
or
me.
anything,
I'm
is
just
it?
going towards the front, I guess.
No, because you passed
And aren't
on
you,
your
if you're
guys'
in
footing.
there, we get,
Kind of,
advantage?
but
Yes, because I have my
I'm gonna do it. It's
my
not very
barbarian,
great. It's just
like-
very
thank you. Actually, that's a good point. So these
My
wider
range.
sewage channels actually would be difficult terrain. By the way, this is one of my. I love the sewer map the guy made for me. It really does look foul.
Yeah.
I think the guy did a good job on that one.
Yeah.
Jason Juta is his name. He's my map guy. He does great work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you, Jason. Great. Everyone's where they want to be. You all
Yes.
still get to go. Ogma, what do you? Or Pragma, what do you do?
Emma? Well, first I glance at my hand, and let's not forget about my spider ring. And I just scurry up the sewer wall.
That's right. So as long as you are crawling, you have the spider climb essentially, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Great.
So
This is so distressing.
And then I just like hurl these blobs of acid at these guys. Yes.
so awesome.
Scutter up the wall and shoot acid out of your mouth.
While you hear me kind of muttering to myself like, oh, but they seem like friendly guys. And then all of a sudden I'm just like, but we shouldn't. We should take care of them. And then I scurry up the wall, and they have to make a 13 dex save throw. These two guys in front of.
Okay. Wow, they make it. Good for them.
Oh, wow.
Good for them.
Yeah. So what do they? Nothing.
Nothing happens, but.
Yay.
I'm like, okay, see, like nothing happens, so maybe they're not so bad.
Hang on. I'm gonna give them disadvantage because of the way their leader's just had his head exploded, and also because the leader is the one with the lantern, which got dropped into the dark. So I think they're fighting blind essentially. So in that case, one
Or all
of
they
the
see
guys,
is the illuminated faces of their attackers, which is us from Samuel's
yeah, right,
sword.
right. You just realize. So I think I'm gonna give them disadvantage just because they'd be rattled. In which case they fail.
Oh, okay, they both take 6 acid damage.
6 acid damage.
Nice.
Great. Okay. They start screaming as acid splatters onto them.
Poor
Yeah.
guys.
And especially the light would be nightmarish on you in the sewers as you scutter up the wall.
Well, I feel like the light would have shown my face, and now it's just showing like feet.
I just want to find out this is just some regular sanitation workers.
Yeah.
Come clean up the sewers, eh? Love my job.
And we have just
This silk is perfect for clearing shit out of the sewer. Everyone's gonna die.
We've got 4 kids and grandma's living with us now.
All right. So 2 of those guys are screaming, clutching their faces with acid. They look like they're trying to scrabble away and get away from you, but they're just too damn slow.
Yeah, good.
Let's hear it with you. Next.
yeah.
Samo.
I feel really bad for these guys if they're just regular sanitation workers, but I guess I gotta kill them.
There's
So
Welcome to D&D, folks. I mean, they're on the map, so just gotta kill 'em.
we gotta kill them.
It's always
It's
a
their
gray
fault for
area.
talking to us.
I assume that they're not,
assume
unless
they're not
Dungeon in the
friendly.
Box specializes in giving you morally ambiguous, terrifying choices.
That's happened
Okay.
Really? Oh no.
sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah,
We've got to. I'm gonna.
that's fun.
that is fun.
For the
Fun.
DM.
I was gonna say for you. Yep.
All right.
He's
Samo.
definitely made these boxes for you guys DMs out there for sure to
Oh, yeah.
wreak havoc on lives.
Oh,
I love
that's
it.
so true.
I love it. All right, I got I can do a reckless attack or rage out to these guys.
Right, sounds like a great plan.
I'm ready to rage.
Okay, so I believe that gives you advantage on your attack roll.
Yes.
So roll 2d20 and see if you hit this guy. I have a feeling you will.
I have a feeling I will too. I feel pretty confident. I don't know if I should feel so. Oh, I feel confident.
Yeah.
Ooh, oh.
You crush him with your.
Yeah.
Is it with your glowing sword?
Yes, with my glowing sword. Why not?
I was wondering. So you're gonna have to grab it and swing. Cool. So you just grab it out of the air and it follows you in.
It's been with me this whole time.
You scream, charge in, the sword floating behind you as you do so. As you rage, you grab your floating sword from the air. And you can roll damage. This guy was pretty badly hurt by the acid, so it's gonna be brutal.
These
Oh, no.
guys are
See how brutal it is.
gruesome
Oh my gosh.
After barely surviving every other encounter and
Feels good,
all
though.
of these, like this does
it's
feel.
cathartic.
Yeah.
We needed to just destroy
Just,
people.
yes.
Oh
Which,
my gosh.
as a DM, I understand. We gotta.
And is this sword, is this the D8, I think?
Yeah, good question. Probably D8 plus.
Plus...
Do you need more die?
No.
You need more dice. There's a ton
I
of
don't need more dice. I think it's...
Okay, so you're rolling a bunch of damage. D8 plus 3 is what
Okay.
it looks like.
Alright.
That's not gonna be pretty.
No. That'll be 7.
Okay, so you finish him off with just what, a huge slash across the chest?
Sure, maybe
Yeah,
just like
okay.
right in.
He screams, topples backwards, clutches at his chest, and just dies in the sewers. knock him over.
Sounds all liquid. He's like,
Yeah.
Tell my
Oh, bye. Hi, David Bowie looking guy.
oh man.
He died like he lived.
Tristan.
Okay.
That's cut and shit.
I'm
He's the
gonna.
mini with no power. What power? The power of. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was
The,
like,
the power of the poodoo?
The power of
Power of
voodoo.
the
oh.
Uh-huh.
That's a double reference.
I'm gonna. The other guy that
I had already
was
given you advantage.
hit by acid. I'm gonna hit the other guy that was hit by acid with a firebolt.
Okay, gotcha.
Which is just.
Yeah, so you think you just roll a hit normally
Yeah.
and then do a ton of damage.
12. Does that hit?
Yeah, 12 hits
Okay,
him.
good.
Yeah, this
Alright,
thug.
1d10.
Just a thug in leather armor.
8 damage.
Okay, yeah, flammable leather armor. It's like greenish from all of, like the methane down here, and just yeah. And he tries to
that's a
jump into
horrible
the
way to go.
sewage as well to cool himself to douse the flames, but too late. Too late. His corpse
man.
bobs away, subsumed by the garbage.
So horrible.
The remaining thug, haha, you fools, you couldn't kill all of my guys, runs screaming into the dark. No lights, probably no gear, just this giant guy, whoa, like, taking his chances with the unmapped, totally dark sewers.
Oh my
As you
god.
watch him run, you feel satisfied that there's no way he'll ever get out.
Oh.
He's sure to be lost.
This is so horrible.
Lost forever.
Fate more horrible than death. Great, looking through what you find there in these crates,
Yeah.
the silk, you pull it out. Someone give me a nature check would be about right. Or
Ooh, I got +5 in nature.
nature check.
Yeah,
Good.
you should do that.
Say no more, say more.
And I'll need an arcana check from somebody as
Let
they
me roll.
take these.
Arcana?
Okay, I'm
3
doing great on
scrolls
that.
out. Samo, how you doing? over
I'm
there?
doing so good.
All right.
I'm doing so good.
Yep.
13.
13. Great. Okay, 13. The silk, you pulled out 5 rolls of silk, spider silk. Finely woven, very beautiful, pitch black.
Ooh.
Lustrous silk. Each of those would catch you about 25 gold pieces if you could take it to a marketplace. 5 of those.
So
They're
we're
bulky,
a goth
though.
band.
Let's get our yeah.
Yeah,
We should
of
definitely be a
course.
goth band.
And did you make a
Yes,
arcana check?
19.
Oh god. Okay. 3 scrolls. All 3 of them are. Let's see. One is a scroll of blindness/deafness.
Ooh.
So you just blind a man. 2 scrolls of ray of sickness.
Ooh.
What's notable about these are they're all necromancy spells, and the study of necromancy is forbidden within the civilized realms, the
Yeah.
civilized cities. The only people who make a routine practice of it are the drow.
So this
The
is
reason they're so reviled and exiled to their islands.
going to the Lord Mayor, right?
That's what they said. They said something about the Lord Mayor. Now, point of order, you haven't met a man named the Lord Mayor yet. You've met the Duke of Greyhaven.
Mm-hmm.
Lord of Mayor is usually the title that goes to, like, the guy who's in charge of the town.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, little note. Okay, so the rest of your adventures take you past ravenous swarms, belligerent oozes, an inquisitive Otug, which is like a filth-eating trash monster.
Oh, delicious.
Yeah, I wish we could run that one. That's probably my
The
favorite
Pragma's new
encounter.
best friend. I feel it.
Some old city abominations, which you don't see, but you just find that thug's body, like, pulled 3/4 of the way into, like, a crack this big. Like, just absolutely, just, like Lovecraftian for a moment, where you're like, okay, let's go that way. Yeah, like, the stone around it is just, like, looks like it had, like, warped and been, like, magically, like, rippled.
So like Annihilation.
Yeah, no shimmer, just like, yeah, but it is awful like that.
Wow.
Okay, through additional terrible types of terrain, including, you're in the,
You're just spider walking through it just for the heck
a flooded tunnel, reeking messes, a bat silo, a giant...
Bat silo.
Yeah, oh yeah. The narrow walls of the sewer give way to the remains of an abandoned stone silo that extends above street level. The 40-foot wide chamber rises 80 feet overhead before ending in a domed roof. A huge colony of bats roost here.
You know what a colony of bats is called?
We got a colony of bats, but we skipped that.
Cauldron.
No.
Really?
Really?
Or a
I
cauldron of
love
bats.
it. Cauldron
That
of bats.
is really awesome.
Yeah.
Crumbling tunnels, forgotten catacombs, until you guys arrive older and older parts of town that you guys enter into, you finally stumble upon a remarkable sight, a grove of half a dozen trees. Here, 40, 50, who knows how many feet beneath the streets. All the trees are dead, save one, the largest, which is old and gnarled. Most of its branches are bare, but a few still retain life and put forth a ragged green canopy of leaves over just like a quarter of part of one of the bits of the canopy, everything else dead. This last tree seems to owe its survival to a single narrow shaft of sunlight that pierces into this chamber via a crack in the ceiling. A trickle of water can be heard dripping down onto the tree's canopy from overhead. As you guys enter into this chamber, tired, filthy, exhausted, does anyone have a napkin or something they could hand me really quick?
Magical napkin.
I do. Look at that.
Oh, dope.
It's a stack for you. Thank you.
Pardon me, friends.
Nothing to see here.
There we go. Yep.
You hear the sound of someone noisily blowing their nose.
Oh.
Actual tissue. What? That seems antithetical.
And a hacking cough coming to you from behind one of the trees, the living tree. Again, you hear the loud blowing of the nose. And a hag shambles into view. So, by the way, you guys at this point would be filthy. Just all of you. I mean, you might have a spell, cantrip, just to keep yourself clean.
I have Mage Hand, so Mage Hand's been going like
Yeah, just constantly dusting that shoulder up.
just like trying to. So
And
not
the mage
great.
hand has a smaller mage hand cleaning it.
Yeah. At least the bigger pieces are off.
Yeah.
There
Oh.
we go.
Oh, bigger pieces. Withered, old, looking as gnarled as the tree itself. Deep lines of age carved into her face, staggering forward, going, "Who is it? Who's into my grove? Be you root or rot?" Yes. Huh?
Samo.
Root or rot? Root or rot? What's your
Same-o.
purpose here?
Brute.
Root.
If someone asks you if you're a god, Ray,
Yes.
you're already engaged with her first. I like that. Give me a nature or arcana check, please.
Nature.
A bent and withered old woman
Nice.
shambling towards you. Would you
22.
Holy shit! What the? Quit rolling so well. You assholes fail some stuff. I got my reroll. I'll remember it. Okay. As she comes shambling towards you, this is not merely a normal old woman. You can sense something unusual about her. A fayness, sort of a fey grace, and your mind probably harkens back to ancient nature lore you were taught by your parents or grandparents or whatever back in the day. This is a Dryad, a magical tree spirit. Life is enchanted to trees. Usually their life is closely associated with a single tree, and as long as the tree lives, they live.
Guys,
Burn the tree.
I have to
Cover
share this.
that.
as we're
Cover
talking.
that hole of light.
I just found out about a guy who was eating a fig, and I guess he died down. Did you read this?
No.
I just read this on Twitter, so I'm sorry. He died while he was down there. Sorry, out of game. He was like a miner or something, and there was an explosion. But I guess he'd had a fig that day, and there was enough light in through his shaft. Freaking fig tree grew out of there that's not native to that area, so they're pretty sure it's from either him eating it or having it down there
Grew
with
out of
him.
his body.
Yeah, because they found like his like
That's
bones
dope.
and stuff like that, like by this tree and like through the tree.
That's how I want to
Anyway,
go out, guys. I want to go out.
It
Where,
is
like,
insane. You can look it up. It's
Yeah.
the most craziest. Anyway, I was like, it feels
That's-
like this is
this-
like I was like, and then I'm hearing about this tree spirit now.
It's coming out of my brain.
I'm thinking
All right,
about
Wow.
it. That's wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but just from a little shaft of light.
Yeah. So, and you can see just in the same way, there's just a scattering of green leaves on this tree. Still, there's just that much life left in this woman's body. Root. Yes. That might be true. Are you trying to trick me again? What do you want? What have you come down here for? Huh? She comes staggering towards you, hostily. You could either hit her, if you'd like, or since you've grokked her true nature, would you like to make some sort of check to improve her
Yeah.
attitude towards you?
Yeah, I think.
So anyone could probably do that.
I could do persuasion if that's something that.
Yeah.
Do we
Persuasion
have
would
an
be
idea of where we're at?
Yes, on the
Yeah,
map.
of course.
This would put you. You're really close to this. Basically, where the Oathbound ones are marked on the map. I would say with this. This is probably just somewhere in this unmarked region around the
Got
corner. Yeah. Close,
All right.
Close on.
Well, greetings, salutations, and all the permutations, my good lady. We're just humble, root-esque adventurers on our way to.
Root, yes.
Yeah, exactly. On our way to a destination that goes past your little grove here. Might I ask you for some detailed directions so that we may quickly and quietly pass through your realm?
Yes. Tell me. The forests, do they still exist out there?
Actually,
Good.
Yeah, forest exists.
yeah, yes.
Yeah, there's lots of trees.
Lots of trees.
Oh my god. She's the Lorax.
There used to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Taking away your advantage for.
Oh no!
I can't. I already gave it to you. She goes into the whole thing. We could get into it. But shortly, she explains her name is Rowan Berry, and she has lived here with her tree since before the city did. Before the city existed. At one point, it was a grove, and then the city came, and they built around her and built over her.
Aw, she is the Lorax.
And she is just through sheer stubbornness, like continuing to live here. Mostly she's ranting and raving. She goes off talking about the empire of plants and how once all this, when she was the sapling was all just grass, and you could just stand there and listen to the stories of the grass. But it's all been like grown over now. She's quite mad, but she seems ultimately not harmful to you guys now that you've helped her out. She hobbles over to her tree as she talks, ranting about your question, which is that she can tell you about there's different marks on the map, and she explains what they mean. You guys sync up some of what she's telling you with the stuff you experienced. The tower seems to connect with that bat silo. The forest is actually probably where she is.
Okay.
The sleepers in stone, there's like a whole catacomb, a forgotten catacomb where the dead still lurk, things like that. So she kind of fills you in on information like that. And as she does so, she's plucking just these she comes over to the leaves on her tree and starts like coaxing at them with her fingers, and little bright red berries start to form, and she starts plucking them and coming back over to you and starts handing you each one. The rowan berry from rowan berry.
Thank you.
You didn't grow strong seeds.
Do you know anything about the oath-bound ones?
You seek the orb. You seek the artifact
Yeah.
hidden in the Forgotten Abbey. They
Yeah.
were
Yes.
good once, before the little citadel, the little catacombs, sunk into the mire and the murk, and was forgotten as poor Rowan Berry, the 4 abbots who wanted to protect the realm from the dragons. Yes? Mm-hmm. It lives there still, I'm sure. The orb, yes, the orb. The orb of dragon souls. Find it you want? Bring it back to the light? No. I'll speak no more of it, other than to warn you. It contains a power that's in the wrong hands, will bring ruin and destruction to all the realm.
Gotcha.
The forest will turn to ash.
But Rowan Berry will still live.
Eat your seeds, eat your berries!
Oh, you want us to eat
I
these
want
or
to eat
plant
it.
these?
I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it. I'm doing it. I'm gonna go ahead and eat it.
Yeah. Always eat when friends hand you food.
I go ahead and I go ahead and do it. And
You guys get healed and
Yeah.
get your spells back like you had a full night's sleep.
Whoa!
Is that what we get from the Rowan Berry? What?
I give her a bow, like thank you, madame.
We're just like, yeah, these berries are great. This berries are great.
You get some more?
It's so shiny.
I don't need to sleep. This is great. I'm going all night.
Pick's so shiny.
You look lean, mean, sleek. It's amazing.
Like one of you guys for
I
sure
feel
was
so
diseased
beautiful.
with sewer plague and didn't
Yeah.
even know it. And it's like, here's that.
I feel
The
as though
leeches
all
like fall off me.
I feel as though all the worms in my innards have now been purged.
Yeah, you have to take a powerful squat over in the corner. You feel much better. Great. So that's kind of the condensed
awesome.
roaming sewers part. Let's flip our map over and pick up as you guys get to
welcome.
Mr. Troy D. I know who that is.
Yeah.
Mark Troy.
And boo, 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 boo.
Oh, that's fun.
The other side of the map. Let's go ahead and place yourselves here. Okay, guys, we are going to get into the big encounter. So if you were just to subscribe to the box just to run the one-shot big dungeon encounter, the dungeon in the box, this is it, and we're about to get into it. I hope you guys have been enjoying watching. If you have been, donate to the channel, because anyone who donates $5 or more is entered at the end of the game here. We're going to pull this about 3:30 or so. We're going to do a raffle, probably closer to 4, but we're going to do a raffle for a 1-month subscription to Dungeon in a Box. If you're already a subscriber and you're watching this, I'll just give you, you'll get a month free. So we won't give you the first box if you're already subscribed, but you will get a free box. So, and if you're not subscribed, you'll get the first box. How cool is that? In addition, anyone who donates $10 or more is entered to, that's 2 tickets, entered to win, and you get the free Gen Con exclusive mini adventure. There's nowhere else to get that except on this stream right now.
Yep.
So that's $10 or more. Go ahead and donate. You have about another hour and a half or so to get donations in. All your donations go to support the stream, which is entirely backed by you guys. It keeps the lights on. It brings all sorts of great content. Thank you for watching. Here we go. Guys, the Forgotten Abbey. Jeffrey, the little newt, flops his way into what is a dead end. This is definitely the spot marked on the map. It seems to be just a closed-off passageway. Apart from the blank stone walls, dark with mold, and a damp floor, there is nothing here. However, as you watch Jeffrey scrabble his way towards the little corner and start licking, you can see that there's actually a hole knocked through the bricks and a room on the other side, about 6 feet below the level you're on. This room that you guys see in here. Garbage and other items, too useless or rotten to be identified, are discarded in this large chamber. It's piled several feet thick in places. Let's throw that down too, just another tile. I haven't used many of my tiles yet. We haven't shown these off, but you get like about a half dozen double-sided terrain tiles. So I'm going to drop this filth tile on the map.
Ooh,
Yeah.
aw.
That's a good one. What is the order of entrance? Who comes in first? Obviously, Jeffrey flops down and flops his way onto the ground. Who's leading the charge? You basically have to get on your hands and knees and crawl through this little gap.
Definitely a little person, I'm saying.
Yeah, it worked out well for me last time, so.
All right, great. So I'm gonna have you guys enter one by one. Ooh, Tristan, good mini.
And then
That's a
if
good
it's
mini.
crawling, I guess I could crawl.
You can crawl rapidly. Yeah,
All good.
full speed.
After you.
Great.
Unless you want to go.
So, Pragma, as you lower into the room, and then right as you get to about the center, first of all, this smells awful, even for the sewers. You guys thought you were like nose blind already. Not the case. The rotting and wet compost heat of intermingling odors is offensive, even for the sewers. As you enter, scuttling hordes of cockroaches and other insects skitter across the walls and ceilings in waves as you crawl in. It does draw your eye upward, where you see for a moment the colorful mosaic depicting various noble warriors and like white clouds, mostly crumbled and fallen off, but still discernible here and there. And then a pile of trash explodes in front of you, Jack, as a carrion crawler bursts forth.
Carrion crawler.
Yes, countless tendrils flashing out of its mouth. Give me, what is your passive perception actually, to see if you would have noticed it before it stirred?
Hold on 1 minute.
Yes, indeed.
Senses. Okay, my passive perception is 10.
Okay, so you miss it.
Okay.
That's fine. It attacks you, sir, as it explodes out of the rubble, or filth, refuse. What is your AC right now?
My AC is a robust 13.
Great. It hits you with the tentacle then. Let's see here. So one of these long lashing tendrils in front of it. It's like a massive white yellow grub with tons of these thin whip-like tentacles. One gets you, wraps around a shoulder really quick. Wherever it wraps around, you lose sensation like it has an anesthetic numbing agent in it.
Ooh.
You take 4 points of poison damage and give me a Constitution save or be poisoned.
Okay. Constitution. 19.
Oh, you pass.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so
That,
you're
good,
all right.
that berry's helping me out.
And then it pulls you close to its, or it
Ooh.
pulls itself close to you with its little mandible jaws click open. And there's awful refuse
Oh.
lodged in. Yeah, it's terrible. It tries to get you, but You pull aside just in time, and it misses. The rest of you guys see this giant worm burst out of the rubble. Let's roll initiative, everybody. Let's see what happens. What do you mean? Holiday?
18.
Damn.
23.
Did you crit again?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Pretty sick. Pretty
Terrifying. Okay.
8.
8.
It's not as terrifying. You look at his face, it's like, good.
Thank God. Did that, was that obvious?
Yeah, you smelled so big.
What's it?
20.
20. Oh my God. Okay. All right. So let's go and start off. Pragma, what do? So you're in the room. You've just crawled down.
Yeah.
You see him essentially grappling this thing that looks like this.
I have it completely under control.
Not nice. No, it's terrible. Okay. Pragma.
So Pragma is going to go ahead and roll with this Eldritch Blast to send some force to hopefully like damage this thing and push it back a little. So he rolls a 20
Just a hit.
Wow.
for 10 force damage.
Okay. Awesome. 10 force damage. That hits it hard. Does it force it backwards?
I don't think it forces back. He's just trying to give it like that.
Okay.
feeling
It definitely
of, like,
recoils with like
Yeah.
these tendrils like lick the ceiling almost as it goes back. Oh,
And
it's
then I'm
awful.
going to, on my move, just kind of like crawl up in a corner, like try to get as much distance in the room as I can.
You're the right person to get that ring.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Troy D, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're getting yourself a Gen Con exclusive mini adventure, and you've been entered to win the box. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well done.
Tristan.
I'm gonna go use my brand new
And just to make a note, you guys got all your spells back from the Rowan Bear.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Oh.
Thank
Good
you,
to go.
Rowan.
do Scorching Ray on that
Scorching
butthead.
Ray.
Sorry, I check one thing.
Absolutely. So this is the Forgotten Abbey Map. It's a Forgotten Abbey encounter. This encounter takes place after the party has followed Tychus's map through the sewers. Go ahead. I'm ready.
Well, it's a 20.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, right?
That's a
Like,
hit.
It is
It'll
a
be
20.
25.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I get
It's
the
a
players
crit.
to confirm that.
So,
Great.
No, it's
So
good.
I get
It's
3.
just right.
I'm shooting 3 rays of fire.
Okay.
And I can spread them out or focus all 3 on the one. I get 2d6 per ray.
Yes, you do.
But
So
if
you're
it's
just focusing fire
if
here.
it's a crit, what happens? Isn't it max?
All dice roll twice.
Oh, really?
Roll how many
So-
d6?
Oh my God.
So I'll have to roll
just crit on that.
12d6
Yeah.
on this.
All right.
Because it would normally be 2d6 per ray, 3 rays, so that's 6, so it'd be 12d6.
Okie doke. Let's
we
roll
do
that
this?
up.
Yeah.
Thanks. Oh, where's my reroll? Oh, I can't make you reroll a natural 20. Damn it. That's the rule. It's absolutely what I should have used it.
Oh, thank
Put
you.
it
Oh,
right
you're
here so
great.
I can
Look,
remember.
I don't want to mix them. Are these all your dice?
Yeah,
I don't
that's
wanna
fine.
Remember
mess
to
it up.
screw them over, David.
I don't want to. I mean, I'll take them, but I don't want to
Okay.
like. Although you'll
fine.
identify. I don't want
Yeah, I
to.
will.
Okay, while you guys are fishing out all the dice you
Sorry.
need to ruin my fun.
We're not ruining your fun. We're making it fun for us today.
This encounter presents a set of easy, medium, and hard encounters designed for 4th, third-level characters. Hey, that's you guys.
Thanks, friend.
The characters will have to make their way through the different rooms of the Abbey, making use of both stealth and strength of arms in order to find the artifact marked on your map.
A lot.
Did you just say a lot?
A lot.
The real terrifying moment is when this doesn't kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pops your head off.
1, 2, 3, 24, 25, 28, 32, 36, 37, 41 points of damage.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I also should remind you, if you want to reroll any ones or whatever, you can spend your sorcerer points to do that. That's unnecessary.
I
Yeah.
actually, yeah. I
Don't
think
do it.
41.
There's gonna be more coming. We might as well.
He scared Tristan so bad. He's like, ah!
Sorry, I do have to play this like a dim. Okay, are you sure you don't want to reroll any of those damage dice? You want to
For
spend
real?
your sorcerer points? I mean, it's up to you.
You don't need them.
Like
I'm a totally neutral
Okay,
DM. I'm just
okay,
informing you.
good.
of
No,
things.
you do.
I actually, like, he's so sincere. It's like, oh, no, I'm good. I'm going to have faith.
Okay.
You're pretty good at that. He's pretty good at that. I'm a little scared.
Yeah, that's fun. Great. Why is Tristan... Are you just so pissed off coming out of the sewers or whatever? Like, why is it that the first thing you do just does 41 points of damage?
It's been the sewer. Everything smells so bad. We've had to go through here and blow up people's heads and all these horrible things, and it smells even worse in here. And now he scares all of us, and he's got my friend. It's just like, oh!
So it's like
My skinny little body just puts out all this rage.
yeah, it's cathartic. Like 3 white hot beams of fire surge out from you, and just like a laser cutting through. I can't. It just like a lightsaber taken to this thing. Just slash this worm into sashimi. Oh god. Like,
Are we gonna eat pieces of it now?
I should just take scissors and just cut
I
it
just
up.
imagine.
Throw it around there. Yeah, it just is absolutely incinerated. Chunks just flop into the ground. Jeffrey the Newt walks over and like licks one. Combat encounter over. Well done. Okay, the room you guys are in, as you can see, it's about 15 feet by 15 feet. There's filth like piled up on all the walls. Any cockroaches that were still like up in the corners, like just scutter the hell out.
Or I thought you were gonna say have been incinerated into part of the wall. I was like,
Yeah.
this is just
Shadows. Nuclear shadows. I think there's just cracks and stuff. They're just like, they're out. They're out. There is a stairwell leading up, about 5 feet high, that seems to lead up to a corridor stretching out in front of you. Also, notably, while the room you're in now is dark and Samo's sword cast light, you can pick up the flickering torchlight. That's right, I have this. Down the way of a single torch, just faintly, just very dimly illuminating what you can see in front of you. You can hear the trickle of water, and you can smell air that smells halfway fresh compared to everything else you've been smelling.
Thank goodness.
What would you guys do?
My compatriots, thank you for barbecuing a large effluent worm, but I would imagine that this would not be the only danger that might take us by surprise. Is anyone skilled in mechanisms or wards that may result in us being turned into pincushions or drowned people or gassed people or squished people?
Gas people. Good to know.
That'd be Arcana? What would that be?
Out of character, I guess investigation or
I have decent stealth.
Stealth, investigation, perception.
anything that might
I
help us.
definitely don't have stealth.
I'm basically asking, can anyone detect traps? Because it feels like there might be
It
traps.
feels like a trap, right?
It's a
Yeah.
good call.
What would you have picked up at this point? Okay, Rowanberry may have also informed you, this could be based on information you've picked up on traveling around, that this Forgotten Abbey has been taken over and repurposed by people who live in the sewers. Rowanberry doesn't quite have the words for it, but you eventually piece together, she was talking about thieves, that a thieves guild operates out of this fallen abbey, and that they are the Lord Mayor's men.
Oh.
So even more reason to suspect a boobitraps.
Yeah.
And necromancy.
Yeah.
He nods
Yeah.
sagely. So yeah, you kind of pick up that information during your travels.
Jeffrey, go first.
Animal handling check.
No.
Jeffrey's like,
Thousands of arrows just go right into it. Good work, Jeffrey.
no, you pick up Jeffrey and he just like curls around your arm and then up onto your shoulder. Like it's like
Jeffrey,
trying to-
no.
It's like trying to get a ladybug off of you and it just keeps like coming around.
This isn't helping.
I don't know if there is a.
Just keeps trying to get in your like shirt or whatever.
You have good stealth, right?
I have good stealth, I have good investigation. So I rolled,
Yeah.
and I'll, so Pragma moves forward, and since he also has dark vision, I can see clear. I rolled an
Yes.
18 on investigation, just to kind of like see in the room.
Ooh, that's very good. Sir.
Just to be like,
You step up into what into what appears to be a. It's hard to say what it was originally, but it seems to be a library. Or used to be. This room.
there's a skeleton of a man with the broken glasses by him.
Yeah. This fine time.
Twilight Zone.
I know.
Some
my
ancient
favorite.
hardwood bookshelves still stand. Those are the ones in front of you. You can see with your dark vision. But any books or scrolls on them long ago gave way to damp and rot. It is now stocked with other goods. In particular, you can see just kind of sticking out in the dark, lockpicks, rope, grappling hooks, caltrops, bags of ball bearings, bullseye lanterns, everything that you would think, all the kind of mundane goods and stuff, crowbars, hammers and spikes, everything. It's a library of larceny, essentially.
Fun.
Things you
Library
can use.
of Larceny.
Yes. It also has a source of water, what seems to be actually fresh water. It's a deep pool, as far as you can tell, and the water seems to be bubbling up from below, as if it was like a natural spring and it sort of flows out into this pool and then flows away into cracks in the floor where it like trickles away. But it seems to be a fresh source of water, essentially. Yes, quite deep. I think that's about all you would pick up with that. Oh, you said it was investigation, right?
Yeah.
That was pretty high. Did I say there were no books? There is a single book that you managed to spot on the bottom shelf in the corner of this bookshelf here against the wall.
How to influence people and make friends.
Otherwise, there are a single torch casting dim light through here. You can see a lot more torches out in the hall beyond. There is no doorway. It just is open to the quarter beyond. Passive perception was a 14. And you can dimly hear muttering coming from the hall that way.
Okay.
What would y'all do?
So Primus says, like, I haven't picked up on any traps. There is the sound of people or something up ahead.
Mm-hmm.
But this water seems pretty cool. And there's a book. I'm gonna go look at the book.
There you go.
Great. Can you give me a stealth check as you approach the book?
Nice.
That's a 23.
Nice.
Very nice.
Sweet.
Can I ask how you what your approach is with the water? Do you do you kind of skirt it, or you go through it, jump
Skirt
over
it.
Okay, just skirts it. That's fine. You get over to the book. You get down. You guys watch this happen?
Mm-hmm.
You're all hanging way back in the filth room.
Yep.
Okay. As you look at the book, you can see that it has. It's very dusty. Doesn't seem like it's been touched much. But on the title, the spine on the title says, "The Secret of the Way."
Oh, great.
It's a self-help book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Secret of the Way for Dummies. So Prima opens it. He's flipping through it.
Well, as you reach and grab it, it tilts back and there's a soft click, and it doesn't remove from the bookshelf, but there's the entire bookshelf pivots ever so slightly, and you get the feeling that you could cause this entire section of wall to rotate out of the way.
Oh my gosh.
Sweet.
Secret door.
Secret of the Way.
I love it.
Got it. Oh my gosh.
Good checks, guys.
Cool.
David.
That's
So
right.
good.
That's right.
Who
All right.
writes this stuff?
Yes.
So good.
Did I give you inspiration already? I think I did.
Yeah, you
Give
did.
me
So
blush.
good though, man.
All right.
Dang.
As you kind of like just peek out through the crack that opens, you can see the room beyond, the great room, as we will call it, has a number of people you can just kind of glimpse. Let's see here. You notice a guy is walking around a statue. Let me describe the room. This once awe-inspiring room, probably actually still awe-inspiring. It has a 30-foot tall rotunda ceiling supported by 4 soaring columns. Those are those black circles. It still bears some of the flaking mural that once depicted 4 different geographic regions converging on a gleaming silver orb. That's the rotunda, I mean. So you see it's like painted with this fresco of these different regions, and then on the top is this glowing, big glowing orb in the center. A hodgepodge collection of tables and chairs can be seen, has been assembled there, rugs and stuff. And it is filled with dudes.
Oh no.
No, not that dude.
Yep.
This dude.
It's like a room full of dudes.
Oh man,
Yeah.
dudes.
Dudes. AKA
What a glorious fantasy
future
world we live in.
friends.
Future friends.
A room
Aw.
full of dudes. Use your imagination.
Well, I say dudes, but gnomes, halflings, tieflings, a half-orc.
Ah, there we go.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
different genders, all cool.
all super chill.
You notice in there the one walking around the statue. There's a statue with just broken legs is all that's left on this big dais in the middle. Chunks of statuary kind of piled around the corners and stuff like that. One person is just walking around, just flipping knives up, just practicing knife juggling as they walk a slow circuit around. No, pretty proficient. Pretty
Yeah.
proficient, just effortlessly juggling knives. The rest of the people are sitting around either gambling or drinking, chatting idly. No one seems to notice you as you peek out.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Okay. With that information, what would the rest of you guys do?
I think Prima would is just quietly telling them to kind of whisper over, see what he's
Do
seeing.
we have any more beads of force?
No, you use
No,
every
you
single
use
time. You quite specifically said I throw all of them. That is why the building
That
is
would have been nice to
exploded.
keep some of those.
Yeah.
Dang. That's all. That was great.
That's how we
though.
beat every encounter.
Yeah, it's slightly game breaking. That's why they're so damn hard to get.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why the encounters are tough, guys. But regardless, here's your new and tough encounter. What do you do?
Are there any I'd like to take a few items actually quietly, like a couple, like a lockpick, and if there's a grappling hook, because
Yes.
we're underground, it might be handy to have one later.
Absolutely. So a set of lockpicks, definitely. There's enough of those. There's lots of stuff as you kind of go over here. Backpacks, bags of ball bearings. Like you pick that up. It's just round ceramic beads, like 1,000. The kind that you just throw onto the ground.
Oh.
People.
It's like in Showgirls, and she likes. Dom's looking at me like I'm crazy. Have you not watched Showgirls, Dom? One of my favorite moments that she throws the marbles down the staircase and just like the other girl eats it on the staircase because she's trying to get the part. Oh, cinematic brilliance. That's basically ball bearings.
That's exactly, yeah. Marbles, essentially. Bag of marbles.
Should we get some of those?
Yeah.
for sure.
Grab those. And there's backpacks you can put all this
We're
in.
gonna Home Alone the shit out of this.
Yes! Yes!
A lot of just ordinary stuff, like whatever you'd like normally expect to find. Barrels and crates, candles, caltrops, which are similar, but they're like, it's like jacks, like sharp, that have been sharpened on each edge.
Like they
Okay.
explode
Larger.
tires, if you will.
Exactly.
Oh, I want some of those.
Similar, so you would throw those on the ground, it'd be like, except you step on those.
Yeah.
We can't
That
step
hurts.
on them.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some of those.
We definitely have those.
Yeah.
Chains, some different kits, like burglar's packs, basically.
Burgers pack. Take one.
Yeah, so string, a bell, candles, a crowbar, hammers, batons, a hooded lantern, and oil. So a hooded lantern is just a regular lantern, except you can pull down a little covering on it so the light doesn't shine out. And then
Yeah.
you open it up, and then you get light. Very useful for sneaking.
Let's get all this stuff. This is nice.
Tinderbox, water skin, no food here, no wine, rope. It's all just kind of dry goods.
I definitely want. You said the water pouch?
No water,
Oh no.
no
Water.
food. Oh, there's this pool of water.
Yeah, but I don't know if I trust that water yet.
Can I investigate the pool of water quietly? Is it
Absolutely.
possible?
How do you investigate?
Yeah.
it?
Just in case it's. I don't know if it would have magical properties or something really magical around. I'm gonna bet. I guess it's
Arcana?
straight. Yeah, I'll do Arcana. Just I don't know if it seems
Sounds good. Go ahead and give me a check.
pointless here or not.
Only one way to find out.
19.
19 is pretty good. You peer down into its depths, and you are kind of without light.
Same old sword.
Same old sword, but
Yeah.
it's so you look down. It's just very deep, dark water. Seems to be fresh. Not anything particularly magical about it. Doesn't seem like. So no, I don't think that's gonna pick up anything.
Okay, I wonder if anything's hiding in it. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
What is your passive perception?
10.
No.
Okay.
I guess you like it looks like maybe like bits of refuse or whatever have like ended up in there. So like on sort of shelves, ledges and stuff like that, there's like cans or
Yeah.
boxes or whatever.
After that worm, I'm gonna leave it alone. It seems.
It's like I almost forgot you obliterated a big ass worm, didn't
Like 2 seconds ago, she just was like.
Like that's
like,
like,
oh,
it's
yeah.
so much. It's so much.
This is why we put up with your bullshit the rest of the time.
Right? No, honestly, I was like, so I was thinking, I was like, useful for something. Like, more useful than I thought you'd be.
I was about to convince it to be sad.
And now it is.
Other things you might not necessarily. So anything you assume would be there would be there. It's like walking into a general store.
That's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Stuff you might not assume is there. You notice like hanging from one of the sides of the bookshelf a hunting trap, like a bear trap with snap close, and some little steel mirrors in 10-foot poles.
Can I get a
Of course,
mirror?
you've got that. Yeah.
Oh, you definitely.
You have a mirror,
Oh,
Tristan.
I
no
see a
doubt.
backup mirror.
No, you
Okay.
needed like 2 more, just in case.
Yeah.
I wouldn't touch those 10-foot poles with.
Yeah, the mirror seems in there. For the back.
With this 8-foot tall pole I've been carrying around. Here's a picture of stuff.
Oh, it's so fun.
Nice.
Yes, just to encourage your thinking.
Might I suggest that since there is a secret passage that leads to our soon-to-be opponents, that we instead lure them into this corridor, and that we have filled with traps.
Yeah, I said, you weren't here, but I said we're gonna Home Alone the shit out of this.
Oh yeah, okay. Thank you. All right, cool.
So we begin the montage.
Yeah.
Trap montage.
Montage.
So
it's
the,
a montage.
what kind of what do you have in mind for the traps you would kind of want to set up here? Are we thinking like
So Pragma is thinking friend traps. He's not quite grasping the concept that we might kill these people. So he's on board, but he's starting to think like, we'll set this bear trap down because if we catch their leg, we can heal them with the potion we got found in the sewer. We'll be their heroes.
We'll
So-
be their heroes. Oh,
We- and then we
Pragma's
said
so scary.
the ball bearings right by the water, so they'll like fall in.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And have we investigated the water? Is there any
Yeah.
It seems like
Looked at
just
it.
water,
It's deep.
but it's deep, so
Okay.
we can get him in there. Then.
Yeah, maybe
Uh,
there's something going on, you know.
Maybe with spider climb, could you hang the bear trap from the ceiling to like drop?
Oh yeah, we could do that, or we could just set
It's
it
a
on the
big
ground
hug.
where they're not thinking.
It's up to you guys.
Does magic?
So,
oh,
so
sorry.
let's, yeah. Why don't all each of you guys make a skill check that makes sense, and we'll kind of establish that this sets up some traps.
Deception?
Deception.
Yeah.
Deception.
Deception.
Yeah.
No, not for setting up the traps. That'd be
Oh,
useful for bringing people
for
in.
Oh,
figuring out
damn it.
where to place them, even.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
can-
take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yay.
Maybe that
But I
makes
think
their.
just one of you can make a deception check.
Okay.
All
What do you
right.
need?
You've got.
I do have +7.
Oh, you should
so,
Oh,
definitely.
whoa, yeah, go for it.
Okay, when I didn't roll very well, but I'm
You
going to
gonna
use my
reroll?
inspiration
Okay.
to roll even more poorly. So yeah, that is
Okay.
a 16 on my good roll.
Okay. Really good. Okay, so you start to like identify ideal spots. So I'll say that's the check they'll have to beat to spot them. So I'll
Okay,
go
Awesome.
that feels good.
DC 16.
Now, do we each describe a trap we're setting up?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Okay.
Describe a trap you're setting up, and then I'll do a check to see how effectively it gets set up, or kind of how much damage.
No,
will
let
have.
everyone- I'm gonna keep watch for now.
Okay.
Make sure everything's quiet back there, and then I'll set up a.
Okay.
Is there any kind of like
You have a trap in mind you'd like to set up? What's
is it
that?
like a crossbow or
Absolutely.
Okay.
Crossbow and bolts.
Could I somehow
Daggers.
put the bear trap on the crossbow
Yeah.
so that like it would trigger and then launch into someone's face?
It's like a tripwire.
That's a-
Yeah,
amazing.
essentially. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Pointing
They
at
want to see that coming.
pointing at this doorway.
I thought we were luring them
Or through
through
this.
there.
Yeah.
That would
What did
shock
you
you.
them. They'd be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, invaders!" I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so you're rigging that up with the trip line.
Same.
you guys?
I move bookshelf by that hallway right there.
This bookshelf.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
To block that, and then by on the other side of it, just in case they're gonna try, I'm gonna throw down those little things. What do you call those little whatever?
Caltrops?
Caltrops. Some of those on the other side, just
In front
before
of
it.
you?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So that if they do try to get through there, even if they make it past there, they're gonna end up by that bookshelf.
Awesome.
Is there something like oil, in there, olive oil or any kind of other oil that I
need
could
a
like
slip.
Lamp oil.
Like,
Yeah, lamp oil.
I'm gonna use some lamp oil. Maybe if we know, like, if we're gonna lull them in here, just like right in the entrance, not the whole thing, but where they might slip when they come in if they're running.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely. All right. So you
That'd be tough.
oil that up. You're setting up a trip line that's going to shoot a bear trap into their face. You blockade off the main entryway. With,
You know, like a
steps up.
Yeah.
It's gonna go great.
And we'll scatter ball bearings kind of all
So
over,
Yeah.
cool.
so they'll just keep
Tough for
slipping.
us to find.
I'm going
Yeah.
to. Pragma's
By the
gonna spider crawl up in the like so. When they enter, he'll be like behind them on the ceiling, and I'll be the
Jesus.
one to lure them in.
Okay.
Can we do more things? I kind of want to have a bookshelf where I kind of want to like maybe have one
Yeah.
where so I can kind of kneel on, like sit on it to do magic from.
Up on top of this
Yeah.
bookshelf? Because that one got moved.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so, and you're climbing
But-
up onto the wall, like over here?
you could be. Yeah,
Yeah.
just on the wall. above
Gotcha.
the bookcase.
You guys set up your traps.
Prima looks at
So there's
Tristan
ball
and goes,
bearings all over the ground and oil.
Invisible.
Yeah, it's not great for us either.
Yes.
But
No, but I think it will because you guys are
We know
aware
what
of
it
the
is.
traps.
yeah,
So
yeah, I'll be right behind these barrels over here.
what I'll probably do
The only
is
problem-
let you
Where are
guys...
you, Doc?
Also lose scorching ray.
Jack.
One more scorching
Yeah.
ray.
Where are you at?
I'm gonna be on the
I'm
opposite
just-
side
That's
of
a good
the.
call.
Yeah, that works really well for me.
Okay.
Can you just give me a little bit more so I'm not like completely out of line of sight of these folks? I just want to be
Yeah,
able
One
to.
here.
Around the corner.
Yeah, I'm
Here?
gonna go inside one of the crates because I can,
Okay.
so I can pop out
Yep,
Okay, great.
and
All
just
right.
yell something at them, and then they'll be like, "Oh,
that sounds great.
Sounds
Okay.
great. Go in a crate, mark supplies. When you jump out, you go supplies. Dude, perfect.
I'm gonna call this will be our barricaded wall with the bookshelves there.
Actually, as we're getting ready, that is a good idea. I might become invisible.
Oh yeah, you can turn
I
invisible.
think that's a great idea. You're right. I'm gonna. That's my other spell. So I'm gonna be invisible for this.
Okay, these are a lot of dudes still, but okay, gotcha. And what is your plan? So that's the traps.
To get them in.
Yes.
Great. So I used one of my cantrips that I just got. And suddenly from inside the room, they hear my voice 3 times as loud,
Oh my god.
booming, saying, "I told you they got stuff down here. Let's rob this place." And then I, like, as I'm climbing up, I swing the bookcase open.
Oh my
so
God.
they're like, "Oh shit, someone's robbing us."
You guys are gonna have surprise to attack through this bookshelf, by the way. If that
And,
changes your mind.
and I also make any of the
Which means you can
torch
attack before
lights
they go.
in the room flicker. So they're dimming and brightening,
Oh,
like
God.
a strobe effect.
Flicking the.
It's
lights.
like the first scene in Blade, baby. The club scene.
Okay.
Inspiration, man.
All
I
right.
get it.
That's insane, but I love it. Okay, so
Should we roll initiative?
yeah, everybody roll initiative, and you guys all gonna take a surprise round before anyone else gets to go.
Awesome.
I'm gonna give them.
Oh. I think I have a ability that lets me not do that.
That's pretty low. Okay,
Yeah.
Samo. 5 for Samo. Samo. You're the one person who hasn't been rolling like insanely this whole time.
4.
4. Oh, okay, take it back. Tristan with a 4.
22. So close to critting again. I
Oh
got
my
a
gosh,
19.
amazing.
God.
Amazing.
I got an 18, so 21.
I'm glad you're using them up on your initiative checks, guys.
Seriously.
Okay, so holiday, gotcha. You guys gonna go
I roll
first?
well when it counts, David.
You swing the bookshelf open. They're all caught completely by surprise. You're gonna have a chance to act. Jack and Ogma both get a chance to act. before-
Pragma.
Pragma.
Agma.
Agma's
Agma
the god of
Ogmus.
knowledge, right?
But your last name is Ogmus?
Ornis.
Ornis. Oh, Jesus.
It's okay.
I'm way off. Pragma.
All over the place.
That is why I'm Ogma. Okay. Pragma, you and Jack both get a chance to. Actually, all of you guys get a chance to act before they get to go because they're totally surprised. But you're holding in surprise positions, it looks like. Tristan, will you shoot anything into the room with a spell, or are you just going to chill out?
I wonder because we want to get them all to run in, right? So
Yeah.
maybe I should hold off for a second.
Great. So then, if you guys hold, they just come charging into the room. What the guys?
Describe this Benny Hill
Interlopers!
calamity.
Let's get them! So you're up on the ceiling, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they don't even see anybody as they come
Yeah.
in. Oh, except for. Are you visible, Tristan, or do you
She's
see?
I'm invisible.
So no one sees you. All right, guys, let's get them.
The lights are strobing.
Follow me. Da, 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 da. Okay, the first guy, the one who's juggling knives, yeah, hits it. So it's
All the knives just falling through.
That's just how bad he rolls.
Yeah.
give him a disadvantage on this too. Okay, completely loses his footing. Whoa! Pirouettes around, and then goes splashing right into the deep water. Put you into the water there. Triggers the trip line as he comes running in, but
Yeah.
is too short. So I think this half-orc coming in behind him catches the full-on bear trap to the face, just as the next guy, who's also too short, comes in underneath him. Isn't that the 20? But he's got disadvantage. So, what the? Whoa! Splashes into the water as well.
Yes. This is beautiful.
That's amazing.
This is all I ever wanted. And I did it wrong.
That's why I come here. I just want to do something that feels close to Tolkien.
Yeah, something. Well, let's see. I don't know how much damage you would take shooting a bear trap in someone's face with a crossbow. The game's not really set up for that. I'll sit down when I get home later and calculate out exactly how it should happen. But for now, roll a d20, and that's how much damage this guy takes.
Right?
Oh, 5.
5. Okay.
The one time.
He has bear trap
Still.
resistant face.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
He's just already extremely.
Can I
ugly.
give him my inspiration?
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Roll
That's
again.
fine.
10! You
That's
doubled it.
twice.
Doubled it.
Throw me your inspiration coin. And did you already spend me?
Well,
your...
this is my reroll. You didn't give us inspiration.
Oh, right. Should have done. My bad.
It's the check mark.
Oh, so we do
You
have
saw
this.
through my trick
Also
this
have
time.
inspiration then too, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so he takes 10 points of damage to the face. He's still okay though. He just kind of pulls it off, angry. Throws that down.
Why does this keep happening to me?
Yeah.
And I think these two guys hold up after seeing
Yeah, they're like, whoa, whoa,
not
whoa.
going through this particular door at the moment. Okay. Hey, subscriptions in our faith. Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Great.
Our faith.
Okay, so that was them. Now we jump into the actual initiative order. So that is Pragma and Jack get to go, and then the rest. Then those guys get a. Oh
Do
no.
we get our surprise? Like, was that our surprise? Because they
No, let's
just
let's
did it
let's
themselves.
defer your surprise round until now. So all of you guys get to go before
Great.
I get to go again. So starting with Pragma.
Is the guy who got the bear trap in the room? Like,
Yeah,
just
yeah. I think he
making-
made it probably this far and then stopped as a bear trap shot into his face.
As he would stop for
So
a
he's
moment.
trying to pull it off.
As I'm still hidden kind of on the wall behind him, and as he pulls it off, I make a skeletal hand come in front of his face and grab his face
Oh Jesus!
for a 14.
Hits.
And that gives him that's 7 necrotic damage. So if he can regain hit points, he can't until the
Well,
start
he's.
of next turn.
You would think he would have been bloodied by the bear trap being shot into his face, but that didn't bloody him. But that skeletal hand,
It's just like so. Like
I think he's
this-
about to get the bear trap off, and it makes
And
him
it's-
let go, and it just recloses on his face. Ah! Blood is just it's actually too grisly to think about.
Right.
He can't yell because it's clamping his jaw shut.
Oh.
Jack
All right. Are the two people that are in the water
are
they
splashing around.
There's
freely.
okay. So one of them I look at, and I just shrug my shoulders and I go, "Them the breaks." And like, so if you could roll a DC 13 Wisdom.
Hey, I pass.
Oh, okay, cool.
Sorry.
Well, then they are completely unaffected by that.
Do they both have to save?
No, just the one.
Okay, he's unaffected.
Cool.
Yeah, you're right, man. That's how it goes.
Thanks.
Great. Cool. And as my bonus action, I'm going to grant. Who's next?
Heather. Tristan.
I think you're next. You got higher than me.
No, I did not.
Oh, I got a 4.
Oh, you're right. Samo 5, Tristan 4.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
so Samo,
I just
you get
used
to add a
so-
D8 to any attack rolls or anything that you want.
That's
I'm giving you
awesome.
bardic inspiration.
Excellent, excellent. I am going to use my magic sword on one of
Sword
these.
and magic helmet.
The water guys.
Yeah, one of the water rats, and just like.
Okay, you have an advantage to hit anyway. Are you gonna rage out for this?
I don't think I need to rage out for this. I
Alright.
think
Just crush 'em.
I think I just have to go use my sword and just crush their
Okay,
little bodies.
roll the hit. You have advantage, so you can roll 2d20 and take the higher.
Yeah. Da-na-na.
This is gonna turn into a
Yeah.
turn into a literal bloodbath.
Wow.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
very, very gone.
Are you attacking? You don't. If you're not attacking with your magic sword, I do see you have a maul, which does 2d6 plus 3.
right?
So that's going to do way more than your 1d8.
All right.
So you can leave your sword.
Well, I had a
floating
bonus
there.
D8 too. He's just giving me 2.
Yeah, but that's
okay.
only for attack rolls.
Okay, sweet. Well, then I will do these 2d6 for this maul.
Yeah, 2d6 plus 3, and just hammer them.
Okay.
It's hammer time.
Oh.
That's 13 points of damage. That's more
Yeah.
damage than a bear trap being shot into
Wow.
your face.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That bloodies that guy. So his. Just I don't know. You hit him really hard though.
You're just like swimming, looking up.
There's just a huge splash, and then blood starts to fill the water.
They're drinking source.
Yes.
Oh, done for.
Ah, Jesus. Okay.
I would still drink it.
So who's so
Tristan.
is in the pool? There are 2 guys in the pool.
Two guys
Yeah.
in the
One guy's
pool.
bloody.
One of the guys is like clutching his head
Okay.
and bleeding badly.
How does he not drown?
He whack-a-moles it. Good kicking with the feet.
Okay.
Yeah, feet action. It's not his turn yet. He'll not drown on his turn. He's going down.
And then there's another guy in there too.
Yeah.
Who fell.
Big guy.
He's
He's
okay.
unhurt so far.
Okay.
And then there's the big guy, and there's a couple more guys in the room coming
Let's.
in.
I'm gonna fire at the big guy. Just firebolt.
Okay, sounds good.
It's not exciting, but that is 20 to hit.
Okay, yeah, that hits.
Oh, actually 21.
Xenor, hey! Thank you.
Hey, thank
Xenor,
you.
so you've entered to, that gives you 2 tickets to win the drawing for a month subscription, and also gives you the Gen Con exclusive mini adventure will be sent out to you, so share your address, please. It goes for anyone else who's still watching, guys. We're going to be drawing here in less than an hour to see who wins a free month subscription, and anyone who donates $10 or more gets sent for free one of the Gen Con, well, whatever. You know how it works, the Gen Con exclusive mini adventure. Yay!
Thanks, guys.
That's the
Fire
plan.
and
Okay, so this you just shoot fire down into this guy who's floating around in the water.
Or actually, the guy with the
Oh,
double bear trap.
right. Bear trap
He
face.
seems like one to maybe work on the guy.
Yeah,
in
and
the
he's
water.
not wet, so.
5 damage. I didn't do very much to him.
Hey, don't.
Tristan, come on. No, don't beat up on yourself.
How
Tristan,
many-
you
how
really
many
just
did you
did
roll?
41 on the last
Oh,
guy. I think
one,
maybe
just like
maybe you just need a little
10%.
regeneration
Yeah.
after that, like killing that big ass worm.
Refractory period.
Got some other cool stuff, but he'll but that's
Okay,
puppy over there.
was that is that Tristan's negative self-talk? Where he's like, oh,
Yeah, like
sorry,
it's like
guys.
like what a failure. Like still.
Feels entitled to always crit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like totally.
Entitlement.
Has no sense of perspective whatsoever.
So since they were surprised, the two of you get to act again before they even get to go.
Perfect.
So back to Pragma.
Yeah. Pragma's gonna in the water, so he's still making the lights flicker, and he decides also to still say like you fools, we're still gonna rob you, and then he throws just acid into the pool water. So they both have to roll deck save 13 or higher.
All right. I'm gonna give them disadvantage since they're trying to swim. That's a failure. That's a failure. That's 2 failures.
Great, they both take 4 points acid damage on top of whatever else they're
Wow.
Jesus. Okay.
And I'm assuming it makes the water kind of hot.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starts bubbling and like
Might have a hot tub effect, it might not be terrible, but
It does start bubbling for
we've
sure.
pretty much just like completely ruined their drinking
Jack.
source.
So I look at is there the one that's more or less wasn't bloodied by Samo's?
This guy, red guy's bloodied. Black guy is not bloodied yet.
Okay, so I look at the one in the dark clothing. I say, and I'm just like, them's the breaks.
I already agreed with you.
So if you could roll a DC.
Attack
13
these guys
wisdom-
already.
Wisdom.
What is it?
DC 13 wisdom.
He passes.
Oh, he's not
Oh,
distracted
man.
by swimming in acid, I guess. But,
For the dexterity check for sure, but I don't know. I think he's focused. So,
Okay, super focused on
Not dying.
not dying. Okay, fair enough. In that
Sorry,
case, oh no, it's okay.
Them still the breaks.
Yeah, there's the breaks, man.
I know,
Like,
man. That's terrible. Why are you attacking them yet? You're one of us, right?
Yes.
Get him.
All right, I'm going to attack now, and so I'm going to also give inspiration to Tristan. So you have a D8 to add to any attack rolls or anything like that.
At long last, my guy's gonna go. You do hear some frantic pounding coming from. Well, first you hear people running, then you hear people going, "Ow! Oh shit! Ow!" And then you hear cautious tiptoeing and people trying to shift the bookshelf out of the way, but they cannot get through there. Let's see here. So this bear trap guy, bear trap face. Oh, you become visible, Tristan. By the way, having cast a spell.
Oh, I didn't know that
FYI.
did that. That was dumb of me.
Takes off the bear trap again, throws it down. Face is a true nightmare.
oh.
Double bear trap face. And he was ugly to begin with. He was not pleasant.
Now I
Doesn't
have a
see you
cool
because you're up on the
nickname.
ground. You're visible,
He'll never be a back model.
but you're on the other side of the thing. Enrage charges the barbarian. Never a good idea, but he's not a genius. What's your AC right now, my good friend?
Me? 17.
Okay, well, he just probably blinded by blood. Just swings wildly twice with his sword, just chopping at the walls. Come on. It's just amateur hour. You were a gladiator.
And
Yeah.
the room is strobing.
Okay, yeah.
So it's just like
right,
club
this
music
room is
plays.
footage is all overclocked, you know, like.
Yeah.
Okay, great. That's them. The non-bloodied guy starts to crawl out and gets out. Stands up. I'll put him back in his base. The bloodied guy tries to follow suit when the water around him continues to bubble. First, you think it's just the acid, and then you change your mind as the guy just goes, and is just pulled down into the depths of the water. Just, and you just see him just down, and then he kind of is knocked against some of the rock walls as he gets pulled down, and then you lose sight of him. Gone.
I'm sure that won't come back
No.
to haunt us.
No.
Yeah, okay.
This guy comes through. This guy comes through behind him. They're both gonna have to save to voice immediately.
The slick and
Yeah,
ball
home
bearings.
aloneing it out. So, right, I'm giving disadvantage as well. They both fail.
Both in the water.
All right, careful, the ground's slippery!
Splash, splash.
This is lovely. This is just a lovely
Oh
encounter.
yes!
All right, they both end up in the water. Great, wonderful. I'm having a good time. This guy crawls out, gets his crossbow out, sees that it's obviously ruined because he's just arrows have lost in the water and everything like that. Jesus. Draws his short sword and comes climbing up onto this bookshelf, little guy, and is going to attempt to get you next
Okay.
turn. Disengage. I think he actually can do it this turn. Great.
Yeah, I still because Samo hasn't gone yet, right?
He's got extra moves. Yeah, not yet. You guys get going 1 second. And it completely screws it up 2 times. Misses. Tristan, we'll just go to you.
Okay, I'm gonna do. This is right next to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try this burning hands thing. He has to roll 13.
To not take damage.
Yeah, or to take half damage.
He
has
takes
to.
half damage.
Okay, so I get 3d6, but I get that. Do I get the 8?
That's for attack.
Only for your tackle,
Why am I
not for
screwing
damage.
everything? Okay.
No, you're doing
know.
good.
It's like,
Hang on.
my mom told me I wouldn't amount to anything. Right. So it'll be half of whatever this is.
Okay.
So half of 9.
Okay, so 4. Yeah.
Useless trick sorcerer.
So mean.
This is all you get from that. Samo, you're up.
What
Got
is
the
this
sword's
thing?
right in front of you, trying to hit you.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna just take that. Yeah. Taking
Okay.
that guy out.
Okay.
And I got my sword, so let's do it. Okay. 15?
15. That hits. Roll me some damage. I say if you're smacking him with your maul, which I would recommend.
We have the
Giant
two-
sledgehammer, essentially.
Yeah. 2d6 here. Oh.
Ooh, rough. 2 points of damage plus your
Yeah.
strength mod, so 5. Okay. Yeah, you're okay still. You smacked that guy down pretty hard. I think at about that point, sashaying out of the inner chamber comes a man's voice, and a figure follows, sashaying out, going,
I tell you what's going on here? Men, you're late to church.
and this guy. Let me take a look at him.
Oh, he's hot too.
The
Into it.
man with rats hanging from his staff. A
Yeah.
little bit larger picture here.
He's got
Yeah,
wrapping
but
for
like
stuff.
he's
still
so
super into
yeah,
it.
he's got some boils on
He
closer
does have
inspection.
it. He does
Oh,
have
okay, yeah. Okay, he was hot from far. He's total Monet. Like,
Who is it who defies the natural time to come to church, to pray at chapel? Where are the Lord Mayor's men? Where are the men of Gilles Ravatine?
He says, striding into the room, striking his staff upon the ground.
Intruders! Come before me, whoever you are. I wish to speak to you. Humble servants?
The guys are all crouched around you, have all their weapons out. And
Pragma just
Huh?
does his voice and goes, "We're robbing you, sucker!"
We shall see who is robbing who, huh?
No, we are.
Perhaps you should be covered. Okay? You're robbing me, you sure? You don't want to talk?
I kind of want to talk to this guy. But I'm not a smart man.
None of us are.
Do you not know what you can get? You try to rob from me, the richest, most powerful, most intelligent man in all of Greyhaven. The Lord Mayor. This is my town. Anything you steal from me, I shall merely steal back. And, importantly, I shall ensure that you die a terrible, horrible death. So either you convert to the Thieves Guild, as it is now, or you die.
I like our...
That would give us a lot of new friends if we did
Oh,
that.
the men who are around you are like, "Arr."
It's a difficult choice.
Against.
What are the health benefits?
We get dental.
And vision.
Why, you get all you could desire. you join my faithful ranks, yes, along with all of my other beautiful friends and minions, he says, gesturing towards the dead rat hanging from his staff. My friendly pets, yes. You get baptized in my name? Yes? And you'll get 10% of everything you'll steal.
Honestly, you could have promised us the moon, but if it meant having to spend 10 more minutes in the sewer, I still would have said no, personally.
You're insane. Leave this luxury, this true luxury that we have here. Everything that gets washed down. Now it's for the French accent, isn't it? Game Squid. Thank you, Game Squid 91. Please. Do not reconsider.
The luxuries do remind me of where I grew up, but
I will not tolerate you killing my men. You understand these? Even if the slapstick is hilarious.
we look around like the already like
They're dead men.
murdered person. Yeah.
His eyes
The dead
widen.
guys was from the water creature.
Yeah, technically not on us.
Very well. I see that you do not wish to speak politely to the true ruler of this town. So, you shall die. My pet. Come, my pet. Again, for expediency's sake.
are we gonna get rats now?
These guys all kind of like fall back in terror. One of the guys manages to like scramble out. They're just gonna scramble away. This guy tries to scramble away, and a watery pseudopod rises up and wraps around him and pulls him back down into the depth as well. You can see the half-dissolved body of the other guy who got pulled down, kind of bubbling up as well,
That was bad.
as the living cesspool boils up from the depths. Suspended within it, kind of a gelatinous aquatic ooze, suspended within it all sorts of foul
my
filth
God.
and everything like that.
That's so cool.
Thank you all.
The sewer slime.
Leaving cesspool.
Boils up. Gilles Lavertine steps forward, and as he strikes his staff again, power, magic begins to circulate up around his hands.
I am no ordinary noble, not merely the ruler of all Greyhaven. I have been granted such insights into truth by the whisperers in the dark. Please join my fold. I can see that surely you would like to be friends. Yes? Here with the creepy crawlies in the dark.
Yeah, I like friends.
We can bring you into the sacristy, and I can bring you, oh yes, to my friend the whisperer in the dark, who watches through the cracks in the streets. Yes, he knows everything, and so can you.
And then I just turn like to nobody and go, yeah, he's crazy. I know he's crazy. What am I gonna do? He's talking about friends.
All right. Let's see. So this is. I'm just going to roll a new initiative for my friend here, Gilles Lavertine, to see how this shakes out. Oh, and
His accent's completely.
perfect.
Hold
I
on.
know.
I feel like it's not real.
Forget about this handout, which didn't come into play because we broke into combat. But that may have been the Thieves Guild's secret handshake and password
That's amazing.
to be discovered later.
What a cool.
So, of course, guys, in Dungeon in the Box, you also get 2 minis each month. Just randomly, in this box, we got Damien Hellborn Wizard. So I'm actually going to replace my mini that I've got with the guy I've
See
got
that
here.
handshake.
Secret
Very
Thieves
cool.
Guild handshake. This is another handout for this month's box.
I love it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you kindly. So we'll switch that guy out for that. Damien Hellborn. Okay. You guys find yourself facing him down. The other guys kind of scrabble out of the way, sensing that this guy is pretty crazy and certainly not willing to die for him. He rolls 12, which puts the same initiative order. So I'm going to say you 2 guys have a chance to go first. What would you do? Starting with Pragma.
Well, Pragma doesn't want to be close to the slime monster because he doesn't know exactly how a friendship with that would work. You'd always have to be by
Oh no!
deep pools of water.
Yes, but she gives you such an embrace. Oh, the truest of friends.
I know, but I'd rather hug you.
Well, then come here, my friend.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, Pragma's gonna go hug it out.
So Pragma's gonna kind of drop from the wall, but as he's going in, he's gonna use True Strike, and he's gonna learn about this guy's defenses.
Ooh, very good. Okay. Do you learn it on this turn or on next turn?
This turn.
Okay. He's a half elf.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have any special resistances or anything like that. Can you remind me again what you specifically? If there's anything specific you get to know? His hit points or his
It
armor
just
class?
gets no. I mean, brief insight in the target's defenses. So I guess like if he has like
Okay.
immunity or weakness to anything, and
No, he doesn't have immunity or weakness, and he's not armored, but you can sense. No, he's not armored at all at this point, actually.
okay.
Yeah, but you do detect powerful spellcasting ability within him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. Anything else, or is that your turn?
Um.
Oh, and are you still up on the wall, or do you come down?
Yeah, I think I just come down to kind of like glance at him, but then I crawl back up. I don't like. what I
Okay,
see.
scutter down. Yeah.
I'm insulted.
And when I crawl down, it's just like that weird like I'm not on the ground. My head just peeks in and
Jesus.
crawls back away.
Jack Holiday.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
All right. So I pop out on top of the box, and basically you notice now that I've got like a little spray can of like peck oil, and I just like kind of mist the air with it, and all of you like suddenly like feel its pure medicinal powers. So all of you get 5 temporary hit points.
Yay.
You can move up to your speed using your reaction to move without any kind of opportunity attack. So if you want to reposition yourself for this fight,
It's
go
handy
for
when
it.
you go early.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's great.
Do you guys want to reposition yourselves? As this thing comes up, it stinks in such an intense way that you don't want to be too close to it.
Yeah,
You can
run
feel it.
from that.
Yes. Do you have a position you'd like to go to?
Yeah, like
This door is of course open, but this one's blockaded still.
okay. Cause I can avoid the oil slick, right? Cause I know where it is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you guys roll for your
I'm
own
gonna.
traps.
Yeah, I kind of want to get in a position to. I want to get away from this guy. I guess I'm gonna go
To go in the room, probably.
go in the room, and I'm gonna.
Pass through the doorway, great.
Yeah.
And you guys can also shut that secret door back if you want to
Oh,
do
I'd
that.
love to shut that beast in, maybe.
Yeah, if you all want to reposition,
yeah.
just block.
I do want to start like throwing disdain at that guy. Like, you call yourself a leader?
I am not just a leader, I am the leader of
What?
Greyhaven.
What kind of pathetic leader is in a sewer? Do you have any idea what it? I mean, seriously, you could have had a castle.
Probably a
What is wrong
leader
with
of
you?
Vega.
Just trying to discourage.
Oh, that's
Leader.
probably extremely
There you go.
effective. Can you make a? Do you have intimidation or persuasion?
I have deception.
Deception, perfect. Let's roll that.
And I could do really like that friend who can just has that disdain.
Yeah.
Like, just lay it on.
This is
just like,
really
I do.
riling.
Oh.
You can see he's really being injured by that.
Yeah. Oh. 9.
Pretty low. Let's
Yeah, it
see.
sucks.
What'd I roll?
You
5.
really
5.
lost your mojo after you
I know.
killed
You have
that
a
big
9
dirty.
total?
worm.
You 9. Yeah, 9.
You rolled an 8 total. Great.
Ah.
I mean, I could have a castle if I wanted to have a castle. I don't live in the sewers because I was robbed my birthright and forced to slink here with this trash. I like being down here.
Seriously, look at this place. I just keep going.
That totally rattles him. He's gonna have
That's
disadvantage.
hilarious.
So I want to quickly finish my turn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I have a move action.
Insist.
Can I move out of the room? I think I have enough movement without provoking an opportunity attack.
Where do you want to be?
I'd like to be just like I think I can move up to 5. So
Kind of in the room.
In here?
yeah, like right there, like right outside.
Okay.
I wouldn't provoke an opportunity attack.
You don't because of your speed, right? Oh, you're not affected by your own
I'm not
spell.
affected by that spell.
No.
Only my friends. So you all can move up to your speed without opportunity attacks.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't seem to have a reach long enough to get you from there.
Great. Okay, so I kind of back up Tristan. I'm just like, yeah, it's like that's right. It's like, oh, it's like, what's that? Do I hear some sort of whisperer in the darkness?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
The dweller in black waters.
And so it starts whispering like, "You suck. You don't have a cast."
Huh? Yes, no. Huh?
So roll a DC
This is so
13
funny, this
wisdom
guy.
save.
I know.
Oh, he breaks it.
He crits it?
No, he bricks it.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, wow.
7.
Fucked it up.
Oh, I rolled terribly though. Takes 8 damage,
That's great.
but must move immediately. Use its reaction if available to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Retreat.
All right, great. That's my turn.
It's coming through. I must go back to the sacristy. I must be going mad at last.
Okay, and he like comes fleeing out of the room.
Last, he knew it would happen.
Me? I gotta go now. Okay, did everyone else move where they wanted to be, actually, because they had this movement granted? So all of you guys could probably
the
make
door
it out of
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna
room.
get over there. Yeah, I'm ready to.
So
Do you wanna get out of there too?
And when he leaves, he'll put the book back. Or
You
whatever
know, I
it takes.
do think it could get an attack of opportunity in, because that is pretty narrow right there. Okay, so I am going to make an attack of opportunity. It decides not to attack you, but it waits for
She
you to
has,
go by.
she has safety from it, though?
She has safety from opportunity attacks because of my.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
ability.
it should have not done that then.
We're
Okay,
just
great.
stopping all of David's fun today.
I've got a reroll still, and I'm going to use it. And then, so you guys get out of the room. Does Gilles get to make a save now he's out of sight on his turn?
For what?
Is he frightened of you?
No, there's no ongoing effect.
Oh, okay, great.
It's just it's a one-time.
Stops. Wait a minute, Gilles. This is your base. You can do what you want. He stops. He slowly turns around and he goes, "Oh, oof. Let me see what the range on this bad boy is." There's Jack. I can always feel the presence of the dweller in black waters within my mind. You are trying to trick me.
Yes.
I don't like that.
Well, we are trying to kill us, so okay.
What? I was trying to invite you. You were trying to kill me. Very well, then.
The
If you
options-
resist, I shall leave you no choice. You will become one of my loyal servants. Yes. Short, stubby, with lots of insect legs, I think. And as he waves his hand, you feel a spell try to reshape your body into
Yeah.
that of a disgusting vermin. I need you to make a DC 13 saving throw against this.
Oh my god.
And what is it? It's a Constitution. Oh, Wisdom. Sorry, Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. Woof. Okay, I got a 2.
Can you give your rerolls to people?
I allowed it before. I'll allow it again.
Well, I mean, you know.
Would
yeah.
you like?
Are you sure? Okay, cool. I'll do it. Thank you very much.
Bing! Well, thank you to the viewers for giving me that.
Yeah.
Passed.
All right. Unfortunately, so you start to transform into a cockroach. Essentially, you start to form starts to squidge out, and you start sprouting more horrible arms as it casts polymorph on you to shrink you down. And then you do something to disrupt the spell. What do you do?
I go like, oh, even your spellcasting style has no style.
No, come on, wait.
And then the spell. And you breathe for it.
That is simply not true. Look at my cloak. I got this from the toilets of one of the finest banners in town.
Last year's toilets.
I should have turned you into Ruben. All right,
Shade,
you're
shade,
go.
shade.
I don't want you to join my guild anymore. How about that?
Okay. That was his turn. Did anyone shut this door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you hear a shuddering wet mass thud into the back of the
Ew.
door. And you can see a little bit of slime kind of starting to squidge out underneath the bottom a little bit, but it can't get all the way through. Back around to Samo.
Oh, right. All right. Oh, gosh. What am I going to do? Can that thing... I'm worried about that thing pushing through the oozing through
It may. Yeah, it could.
the door, but I'm not sure what I can do to stop that. I'm going to have to get... What's his
He's
face?
controlling him.
You guys hear this? You smell
true.
this stench coming through this, even through the door.
Yeah, I'm
through
going
the
to have to
cracks.
go for Gilles then.
Yay.
All right.
Gilles Aventin.
Gilles. I'm going to attack with... I'm going to... this mall. And I'm gonna rage because I can.
Yeah.
Okay. No, wait a minute. Health benefits. Yeah, we have plenty. Charging it. Full dental.
Vision 2. Ah.
I mean, I can't do vision. Maybe next year.
Oh.
Double 13. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Your lucky number.
Yeah, it is my lucky number.
That'll hit. I'm just gonna tell you now.
Okay, so.
You go mage armor. Oh, too late. Wham! Attempts to cast mage armor. You come in with your maul, so you're raging.
Yeah.
So roll your 2d6, and I believe you get a double your strength mod when you rage.
Yeah, right. So.
I'll double check. But go ahead, roll your 2d6.
Let's say it. Let's say we do.
I'm gonna say that for now.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me what that means. That noise.
What? 21?
Oh, to hit. Oh, damage.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, wait, no, you only rolled 2d6.
It's 2d6 and then plus
What's
your
your-
3
Plus.
doubled.
Oh
Yeah,
shoot! Sorry,
so
I was
Plus
like.
another 6.
Oh.
So roll 2 of those d6.
Well,
Can she keep 2?
can I keep 2? Can I keep the 5
And a
and 6?
bonus to your damage rolls.
She rolled really well.
Oh, so you get to add plus 2 extra damage. So you do plus 5 when you hit. 6.
Mm-hmm.
What from your roll?
Plus 5.
Plus 5. Still pretty good. So
Yeah.
11 points of damage on top of the damage you did. That definitely bloodies him.
Yeah.
Gilles goes staggering backwards, clutching his face. Ah! Oh, you can't. Why did I send my loyal thieves away? Oh no. Oh, Gilles. Oh, you're splitting it up again.
Aw, I'm starting to feel bad for this guy.
I
Yes,
don't feel bad for
pity-
Gilles.
Pity poor Gilles. Dude,
They promise
We can get him to do
friendship.
stuff.
Gilles,
he starts
you've made some not great
scrabbling
choices.
around on his body, and then he finally throws back his cloak and pulls out like a battered out old like violin, like a fiddle. On broken strings starts to play. Feel sorry for Gilles. Yes.
So amazing.
Oh my god.
Exiled to the
lose
sewers
He's like
by the
Parisian, but-
meanest of the nobles. Where can poor Gilles go?
He's like very
Won't you have some
Chekhovian.
rest?
I don't know.
In spite of him, so there's a slight tear.
A single tear.
He's fully Looney Tunes insane down here. Well, I'm just king of the sewers.
Oh my god, I love this character
He's
so
such a great
much. I want to
character, I
see
don't
his
want him
movie.
to
You couldn't spend all the time with me that you want. You just have to pledge
yeah.
allegiance to the unknown watcher.
Oh, there's that.
No.
It consumes your soul so delicately.
No.
It's such a delight.
Do
Can't you see? And he's like starts waltzing around. His blood is pouring from his face from your hammer blow. It's your turn.
Font of
Kristen.
Magic, does that take a turn? I kind of want to.
No, you can just do that. You can just.
I want a couple sorcery points for a level 2 spell.
All right. Okay. What do you do?
I'm gonna shoot him with my ray of
Fire.
fire.
Scorch.
I
Scorch.
choose
Scorch.
Scorch.
This is where it gets
Burning
upbeat.
ray
oh,
of fire.
A Gilles Lavatine will never die. Gilles
9
Lavatine.
to hit.
Oh,
That's awful.
he pirouettes out of the way. The flames light up the wall.
That's so. But I have 3 of them though. Wait, I have 3 flames.
Oh,
Maybe I didn't do this
Scorching
right.
Ray. Let me double
Sorry,
check that.
everyone.
Yeah. So I think you may need to roll for
each or is it
roll
all?
for each.
Okay.
Haha! And Gilles Lavatine will live forever. Never, ever, ever,
18
ever
for
die.
one more. Can I roll the other one?
Yeah.
And then 23 for the other one.
You got more and more
I borrow
focused
this.
on each one.
He
Yes.
zigs where you should have zagged. It bursts into flame. So 4d6 here.
Oh my god.
So, okay. 3. Wait a minute.
You get 4d6.
Hold on a
right?
second. So that's 3. Can I do my last sorcerer point to do the power up?
Yes,
'Cause
I
I
believe you can.
A 2,
Yeah.
a 1, a 4, and a 1. I want to redo those ones, so I'm
So,
gonna spend, or
great.
actually, maybe I'll keep the 4 and I'll do 3 rerolls.
Yep.
Actually.
Because you can do it on your charisma mod. She has
Nice.
three.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
go for it.
okay. Hey, Heather's learning quick. Good. Oh no.
Better though, much better. We have 15 points of damage.
Oh dear.
That's better.
Great. 15 points of damage, you say? Okay. As you laugh, it boom, it just flames. And his flaming fiddle hits the ground. And he staggers backwards, slumps onto the ground. You think dead, and then slowly sits up, grasping for his staff. Still alive, but just ever so barely. Jack Holiday. Oh no, I'm sorry, Pragma.
Yeah.
Pragma, great. Oh God, it hurts so much.
Pragma moves.
Oh, I thought it was too long.
Pragma moves a little bit like closer to him, away from the slimy door now. And in Pragma's head, he's just hearing this like terrifying voice being like, "He's ready to become your friend."
Oh no!
And so, but Pragma's very calmly like, "Okay, you can see what we can do. We can rob you. We can harm you. We don't want to join whatever this group is. We do want to be friends. But you haven't even thought about asking why we're here."
Still burning a little bit, but why? Please tell me. Why are you here?
And then Pragma's like, "We want to be friends, and friends give each other artifacts."
Okay. Sure. I will give you all of my most precious artifacts.
We just need one.
And in exchange, you will not let her kill me?
Yeah, she won't kill you.
Okay.
You don't want a real magic user to kill you. It's
Can I kill her?
No.
Fair.
also, I'm a him.
Oh, I suck.
He is
Oh,
really
no,
pretty.
No, you
Sorry.
don't. No, you don't.
He's really pretty, so it is confusing
Yeah, it's,
sometimes.
I'm
It's
actually proud of it. I
androgynous.
can understand.
Gender's fluid.
That is what Gilles believes.
Yeah. So French.
Not offended.
Okay, alright. I will bring you to the sacristy and give you my most precious artifacts. In exchange, you will leave my guild intact, yes? And leave and not kill me. Very good. This sounds okay. Come on, follow me, folks. Je have a team! Picks up. There's nothing to it now. Like picks up just the broken, like and the
Staff.
strings hanging off of the violin. Yes, always wins. Je have a team.
I like the idea that it's still on fire and
Yeah.
slowly melting his hand to it.
He's crazy as a coop.
It's like, yeah, drop dead gorgeous.
Leads you through the chapel. This room formerly served as the chapel of the abbey. Hardwood pews and a stone altar still stand, though the room has now been repurposed into the private chambers. And self-styled Lord Mayor of Greyhaven, Gilles Lafontaine. So you can see his bed there and like
Wow.
books and papers mounted up on his desk. He leads you behind the altar. Right this way to our most precious treasures. He takes a little key out, unlocks the door opens. A vaulted room was formerly devoted to housing the sacred relics of the abbey. Now it serves as the secret sanctum of Gilles Lafontaine. He's probably narrating all of this himself.
Such a great character.
Where I spend most of my time locked in rapturous communication with my dark patron, or spying upon the doings of the city above through magic. I was in this room when you arrived, and was only drawn out by the repeated, urgent shouts and sounds of nearby combat. All right, the saints of statues reside in the niches around the room, now covered in slime, like an old statue will be, like it's just left out in the weather. But then on top of that, draped in furs and silks, their supplicating hands, mounded with jewels and gold and coin. Basically, the
You
Thieves
love
Guild
this
seems like
place.
it's operating halfway decently. A quick look around, it seems like there's maybe 300, 400 gold pieces worth of just wealth. A strong box rests on the supplicating hands of the final statue. He walks over to that, clicks it open, and opens it up. And has within it, here we are, all of my most precious artifacts.
Just old baseball cards.
It is. It's like junk. It's like just
a dented crown, baby
Is
blanket.
there anything or black
Some
that you might
teeth.
have?
I meant some bones. Yes,
Or
some
do you have
rat
anything
bones.
round that is not also sculpted out of refuse?
Both those? No, I mean, the tooth is a little bit round. That's refuse. Hey. No, I don't know what you're talking about. What do you want from me? These are my artifacts. You've defeated my guild. Who sent you? That's what I should ask. To get these artifacts. Were you sent by the Duke? Where?
We were told by a tree that you had a super powerful dragon
Of
orb.
course, a tree. Yes. Super powerful dragon orb.
Yeah.
This is news to Gilles Lafontaine. But Gilles Lafontaine is nothing if not a helpful gentleman. Please tell me everything you know about the super powerful artifact. It's somewhere within my home, and I shall help you find it and give it to you.
Very well. It's in here, and if you don't figure it out, we'll finish you off.
Okay.
That's all we know.
All right. So you guys search around. Perhaps it is in the. And you guys search all around. You don't
We're
find
just
anything.
looking
look
through
in
couch
here?
cushions.
Yes,
there
you guys
anything-
search through there. You don't find anything. You guys start going through it. You start like turning out
There.
beds. He gets the other people to like maybe it's under this bed. Or like
Oh, I left it in the refrigerator. It's so weird when I do that.
yeah, there it is. In the fridge. I forgot.
Always the last place you look.
Down into the crypt, down those steps over there, which is just a storehouse now, which is where all their food and wine and stuff is under lock and key. Let's see, as they open up the sarcophaguses, it's just like creatures like wrapped in like funeral shrouds and capes and stuff like that. One of the capes does appear to be magic.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I like magic
You want-
capes.
Yeah, I'll take them.
Just garbage, he says. Not like you guys take it. Just FYI.
This is magic cape.
Yeah, we want that
What's
magic
it
cape.
do?
Yeah.
Total of 4 capes actually.
Oh.
These are the.
We all get magic
The map
capes.
checks out.
The sarcophagi still inter the remains of the holy men and women who founded the abbey. Their names can no longer be made out, but a short inscription is still legible on each one. Founder of this abbey, may it preserve the green wall against destruction, so long as it stands.
Oh.
The sarcophagi, blah blah blah, opened. Inside are the remains of the abbots, decayed to bones and dust, save for their holy robes of office, which show no signs of age at all.
Our band costume is getting much.
Yes.
Right?
Sick.
We've
It's
got we
so
come out
sick.
with our magic capes
Yeah.
first.
Each robe is snowy white on the exterior, trimmed and lined with deep green silk, and embroidered with a subtle pattern in gossamer silver that makes it appear to contain a forest of shifting trees. These are the abbot's robes, and you guys can put them on. They're robes of
Yes.
protection +1, basically. They give you +1 to your
Yes.
AC and to, I think that's it, while you're wearing them. Very good. Okay, fine, yes. Take the robes. I guess we have magic robes. Okay, very good. Is that the orb? I don't know.
It's more round.
Okay,
Yeah.
crown.
Yeah.
Not so cape-like.
Okay. Well, if you bold it up, no, that doesn't make sense. Okay, so let's see. The other thing you guys notice as you go through every single thing in here, I should point out the rotunda of the Great Room. Now that you guys have a chance to look at it. You can see that it depicts each of the major regions of the Greenwald. The mountains of the dwarves, the coasts of the humans, the woods of the elves, and the rivers of the halflings.
Can we explore the statue in the center?
Yeah, good. You look at that over. That just seems to be broken remains. I don't know. There's nothing here. The only other thing is, yeah, you
Oh,
look,
sorry,
those just
sorry,
statues
yeah.
and stuff. Okay, we'll check those again. No, okay, look, this. I don't have anything, unless it's I don't know. I mean, we've checked everywhere, but the storeroom. He says, pointing towards the storeroom, flanked by those 2, stone statues of forbidding presence and the hand extended. But there's nothing back there but an old dusty wall.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we'll go.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Hold that thought.
Sure, you guys walk into there. The storeroom. This mostly collapsed chamber has been used to store mundane supplies, coils of rope, rags, etc. The doorway is unlike any other in the abbey, flanked by 2 stone statues of a young man and a woman supporting a curving archway with their upstretched arms. Yes, pyramided column
Nice.
style. Although the storeroom has largely collapsed, the rear wall is untouched and seems to have been carved from a single. Spoiler warning for people who haven't played through this far in the campaign yet. But okay. Although the rest of the storeroom has been largely collapsed, the rear wall is untouched and seems to have been carved from a single massive slab of black basalt. Dust covers the wall, but a quick investigation reveals blocks of ancient runes carved into the middle of the slab. They read as follows. Okay, so I guess there's nothing. Will you leave me now?
So I look at this.
Wait a minute. You guys are looking at Jill goes, I found it, of course. And he like leaves and he comes back. Ball bearings. We have thousands and thousands of ball bearings. Maybe one of these is magic.
Oh, let's look.
Okay. Yes. Oh no.
Is his body? Has his body gone into shock yet? Is he
What, from the fire?
from being burned alive and smashed in the face?
Yeah, he's probably starting to go into shock. That's fair. Daddy Warbucks, thank you for the raid. Everyone who's watching as my players puzzle over the puzzle in this section. One last thing, we're going to be drawing a winner of the raffle here in just a few minutes. So anyone who donates $5 or more is entered a ticket to win a 1-month subscription for free of Dungeon in a Box. If you're already a subscriber, then let's give you a free month. If you're not, you get the free first month. If you guys donate $10 or more, you get the complete Dungeon in a Box mini adventure. This is a Gen Con exclusive. It's not available anywhere else. It includes, in my case, this is probably worth the price alone, is this ship template. It's a pirate adventure.
So cool.
You get a dozen flat plastic minis. That's definitely worth more than $10. Map, etc. So think about doing that. Okay.
I have to go.
I know, you've got to leave right now. So,
Tristan turns invisible.
Jill,
I'm tired of the smell.
Jill goes, yes, let's look at all these ball bearings. Thank you. All right. Thank you. I'll fill you in on what happens after this.
Yay!
The rest of the guys will wrap this up in the
joining
next
us.
couple minutes.
Yeah. If this is this a language? Like, what do we?
It's written in, carved in common, just like that.
So I use comprehend language
Okay.
to understand.
Oh yeah, I can read
Right.
and write common too. Yeah. Awesome.
So it doesn't make sense as a language, but you do see that it's probably coded.
Oh, so I don't.
And you
Doesn't
recognize
decode
on the map, it seems familiar to, it reminds you of the runes carved on the map, essentially, from earlier.
The Oathbound ones.
Yes. So
I say
the
in character.
Nice.
Oathbound ones, it skips the fall.
And as you say the word fall, the wall simply collapses into dust. The walls, let's hear it. The stone slab loudly cracks in half, then crumbles into dust and gravel, exposing a hallway beyond. Hewn square to the corners, straight into the native bedrock beneath the city, 15 feet long, this corridor dead ends at a spiral staircase leading downwards into the dark. Just for trying not to fuck everything up. Just a pit leading downwards.
As you do.
A staircase descends 100 feet. I'm sorry, let's go with this. A spiral staircase that descends straight down into darkness. The air as still and silent as a tomb. When a character sets foot upon the first stair, a silvery glow, faint as starlight, emanates from far, far down below. The staircase descends 100 feet, the silver light growing brighter the further the party goes down. The bottom stair, at long last, exits into a simple stone chamber, barely 6 feet tall, so you have to crouch, 15 feet
Very
wide,
comfortable.
30 feet long.
I definitely need to crouch.
The walls are dark basalt, polished to a high shine, and at once feels tremendously ancient and as if it's never been touched. At the back of this 30-foot long room is an elegant stone pedestal. Upon it rests an orb, 5 inches in diameter, that glows with a pure, silvery light like a full moon. The light gleams off of the polished stone all around you and creates the sensation of standing in an otherworldly void. Between the orb and the end of the staircase that you came down on are 4 sets of larger-than-life stone statues of robed figures. They face each other 5 feet apart, each clutching a black stone halberd as if prepared to defend the glowing orb. There is about 10 feet of space between the bottom of the stairs and the first set of statues. So, If you can imagine, it's 30 feet long, it's 10 feet, and then there's statue, 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 and then an orb.
Jeffrey, you've come with us this far. It's time to earn your keep.
Yeah. Or we're just like, hey, Frenchie, we need you to grab something for us.
Yes, but of course. Gets down to the bottom of the staircase and just collapses from his wounds. It's flame. Oh, I'm so cold. I can't stop shivering.
Okay.
Just get a little bit closer. Almost there. Okay. And there's a narrow path in between the statues that leads right back to that pedestal. And here's the information you guys kind of pick up after investigating for a minute. You estimate that this room must date back to the days of the Dragon Wars. Long, long ago, back to the dates of the old city and the sewers, back when everything had been razed to dust. Who would be the first character to approach the orb? May I ask?
Pragma, just because with his dark vision and stealth, he's moving cautiously and investigating. If you want me to.
Okay. Yes, make a check, please.
Sure. That's good. I'll do an 11 investigation. As I'm kind of like slow. I'm not approaching the statues just yet. I'm just kind of like
Okay.
looking around.
You sort of look, and as you get a little bit closer to the statue, it suddenly animates, steps forward to block your path with this massive stone halberd. And in a deep, rumbling voice, the first set of statues intone together, "We swore our lives to keep the orb from evil hands. What oath do you swear that makes you worthy?"
Ooh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Now, each session we have legacy stickers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first session, these are like, it's either you succeeded at this thing or you failed at this thing. The first session, you guys successfully protected the caravan, so you got a sticker for that. Went on to the adventure tracker. Second session, you protected your friend from Dazzle from being taken by the Duke. This session, the third one, you get this blank one. It says Oathbound. This is my oath. ... Whatever oath you're going to make, you're going to fill it out on that, and you're going to.
And
then
we
each of you will get one.
Okay.
Because as each of you step forward, one by one, these statues move to block you.
Oh.
And don't let you by until you make to it an oath. I'll give you some examples of some good ones.
To make friends with everyone.
That is an awesome oath. My oath
But
is
like it has to. Does that mean now it literally has to be everyone?
Well, what about to attempt to make friends with everyone?
that I think is a great
We
oath.
can do that.
That's an excellent oath. So you can write that down on that legacy card, and we'll add it to our tracker. Which we'll do. If you need a pen, I think we've got some in there.
So I'm debating if that is really.
Think it through. I'll let all of you think it through as I continue to read.
Yeah.
The character who stands before the statue must speak a mighty oath to be allowed to pass. The exact nature of the oath does not matter, so long as it is grand in scope and simply stated, and it comes from the character's heart. Character bonds, such as those given in the player's handbook, are good examples of appropriate oaths. The moral alignment of the oath doesn't matter to the statues. The DM has the final say. So it could be something like, my oath is to become the richest person in the realm, or something like that. That's fine. There's some really good bonds in the PHB, so we have things like a powerful person killed someone I love. Someday soon I'll have my revenge, right? So like my oath is that I will get revenge on the one who killed the person I loved, or something. Anything along those lines, or to attempt to become friends with everyone. When the oath has been sworn, the statues move back to their initial position. The light of the orb flares brightly, then recedes, drawing in closer to the orb, making the room darker. Just to the next set of statues. So one by one, you each have to step forward and make an oath to each step. And as you do so, the light draws back until it's just glowing in the orb itself. The second set of statues and tones. So the first set, we swore our lives to keep the oath, to keep the orb from evil hands. What oath do you swear that makes you worthy? The second set in tones, we swore our lives to end the dragon war. What oath do you swear that makes you worthy? The third set in tones, we swore our lives to maintaining peace in all the Greenwold. And the last set, we swore our lives to destroying in peace that which we had created in war. What oath do you swear that makes you worthy? Each set of statues must be answered by a different character. The oaths can all be the same, they can all be different, depending on the desire of each character. However, once sworn, the oath is etched into the destiny of that character.
Ooh.
A character who lives up to his oath, when challenged, may be rewarded inspiration at the sole discretion of the DM. A character who takes an action that breaks his oath automatically incurs a level of exhaustion that lasts until the next dawn. A character that repeatedly breaks his oath can accumulate multiple levels of exhaustion this way. The character innately senses that the effect they are suffering is due to breaking their oath. So exhaustion starts not that bad, like you just get disadvantage on skill checks, and then it starts to get worse, and then once you hit exhaustion level 6, you die. So it's not ironclad, but it kind of sucks. So you guys, I'll let you think about your oaths. We'll touch base, and we'll figure out what they are, and next session we'll put them all on our adventure tracker.
Great.
Upon swearing the final oath, the wall of force protecting the orb vanishes, all lights go out, and a mighty peal as of a great bell rumbles through the stone itself. Like just forever, you hear it roaring.
Wow.
A moment later, from the darkness, a deep yellow glow appears in the heart of the orb, as soft as a single candle. This is the Orb of Dragon Souls, thought lost since the War of Dragons. It has lived on in many tales, renowned for its many magics, most of all, its power to utterly dominate dragons to the will of its wielder. There you go. Which of you guys picks it up?
I'll take it.
Yeah, you go ahead and pick that one up, soldier.
Sweet.
Yeah. Use it to make friends. Just
Friends
slowly
with
backing
dragons.
away. Just backing away very slowly.
Never to be seen again. If the location of such a legendary artifact were to become widely known, its bearers. By the way, Dom, if you want to get ready to draw our winner, we'll wrap it up here. Cool. So anyone, last people who want to throw in,
Do it now. This is the time.
there aren't that many people in
Last
right now.
call.
So get your tickets. You get a free month. This is box number 3. Each box has its own adventure. If the location of such a legendary artifact were to become widely known, its bearers would surely become the target of all who crave power and all who seek to maintain their own. As the characters weigh the heavy orb in their hands, they weigh the consequences of their actions and level up to level 4. Ding ding.
Yeah.
By the way, so here's what the Orb of Dragon Souls can do. As you attune to it, this powerful artifact was responsible for ending the War of the Dragons by forcing them to acknowledge the demands of humans and their allies. So great was the potential of the artifact to undo the peace it created, it was sealed away and a guard set upon it. The orb grants the following powers. 1. Resistance to fire. 2. Non-detection. The orb defies attempts to magically locate it. Neither it or its bearer can be targeted by any divination magic. Dominate dragons. Once per day, the orb lets the bearer dominate a dragon of any type, whether it's a fairy dragon or a ancient golden dragon. If they can see it, if it's within 60 feet, and the domination lasts for 24 hours. This ability functions otherwise like the Dominate Monster spell. Spells. The orb has 7 charges and regains 1d4 plus 3 charges each day. $7. Yes, great. So it starts with 7. While bearing the orb, you can use an action and expend 1 or more charges to cast one of the following spells. Bless is a 4th level spell, which basically works for the group. Protection from energy, 1 charge. Revivify, which brings someone back to life who's died, as long as you can get to them within a couple rounds, basically. So it's like emergency CPR.
Wow.
And Creation. That one takes 3 charges. Creation is a fairly high level spell. Just lets you like create matter out of the air. So if you wanted to create like a bridge out of wood, you summon it. Yes. So some of these take more charges than others. It starts with 7 charges and gets some of those back each day. Revivify takes 4 charges. Okay. So you can do that once per day, assuming you have 4 charges and you haven't spent it on Bless or Protection from Energy or whatever.
Yeah.
Great.
Good.
That's
I will
good to
share
have.
those facts with you. Well,
You'll
it's a,
send that to me, so I'll be able to.
I will send it to you.
Thank
Yes.
you.
And are there costs using the Orb of Dragon Souls? Maybe.
course.
Who knows?
Uh,
But you're
yeah.
Cost of having a lot of friends.
yeah. So that is the artifact. Being able to heal and bring your characters back to life just means expect a difficult adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gives me a little more license to throw a lot of tricky things at you. Good role playing this time, guys. This was a fun session. Fun traps.
Yeah.
All sorts of good stuff. There are all sorts of other fun things we didn't quite get into in there, obviously, because we're playing a shortened session. This I was pretty proud of. This is another handout that gets sent out to everybody. It's the Secret Thieves Guild handshake and password. So you can discover that in one of the rooms, and there's some little treasures hidden around.
Awesome.
Yay! Box number
So
3,
good.
which is where the adventure arc really kind of picks up. So the
Yeah,
rest of the
clearly.
adventure is about you guys have this, and overall, this is called the adventure arc is called Secrets of the Greenwald, but it's about there are 2 dragons which live in the Greenwald, and they both immediately freak out when they find out that this artifact has been discovered, and war breaks out between the 2 of them as they try and the last thing they want is to be dominated, right?
Dragon
just-
Wars.
And one of them knows, well, if I just stay back and be cool, this other dragon's going to go and kill these guys and get this orb.
Yeah.
And the other dragon's like, well, that guy's going to do it. I've got to do it. And so you guys kind of get caught up in the middle between 2 dragons. So we'll learn more about that. Of course, the next box has nothing to do with that. The next box is about there being a big festival in town when you guys come crawling out of the sewers into the middle of Queen's Day festival ceremonies.
Ooh, I like festivals.
Box number 4, adventure number 4, The Riddle of Greyhaven will be next month, guys. Hopefully. So stay tuned to this channel. We'll be back again next month to do more giveaways and to continue to show you all the awesome stuff you get in this box. Any last minute donations, throw them in there. I saw Mizu Momo got there. I think we're going to do
nice.
our... You want to do the raffle here?
Do you want to wait anymore?
I can wait a couple more minutes if people are going to jump in there. We're not going to be back again until next month, guys, so this is the time to do it. And
It's now or never.
yeah,
Yep.
and I don't know if we'll have any of these left over next month, so if you do want the Gen Con exclusive adventure, this is a great time to do it. Supplies, we still have a few left, so go ahead and jump in on that. Minimum $10. I'll plug the other channels coming up at 5 p.m. today. Tempting Fate is coming on with DM Rick
Yeah, Rick.
Rick is awesome.
Bear.
Bud.
Rick Bud, yep,
Bud.
that's a good one. That's the Fate system, which is a fun game. And then we've got great stuff all week. Monday, Shadows on the Horizon, which I believe is our Shadowrun game. That's a brand new game. That's going to be really fun. Shadowrun run by an expert at running that. So if you're curious, check it out. And then it looks like Tuesday, Garden of Good and Evil. That's run by Steve Pope, DM Steve Pope. He's particularly his games are just
Fun.
unpredictable, unexpected, and often twisted. So that's a good guy to check out. Wednesday, Couples Therapy. That's I think Megan and Jordan playing through video games together.
It's like couples goals.
It's just
like
fun just to
it's
watch
fun
them.
to watch them.
It's just fun to watch them. Yeah, they're awesome. The big Wednesday show, Iron Keep Chronicles, which is D&D. I believe they're still playing with DM Tom Lommel, doing a great job playing through When a Star Falls. That's got a hell of a cast. So does Wild Cards on Friday, which is DM Jordan Caves Callerman running the Deadlands in the Savage World
Savage
game.
World.
The
Nice.
Weird West, yeah, and that's been a great game. Great casts on all of those shows. For sure, tune in. And then we'll be back next month. So thank you guys.
Thanks for watching
Thanks.
us. Thanks for subbing and
Anything you got? Oh,
doing
I
all
got
the
a
raffle stuff.
Well, there were a couple of rerolls. I don't know.
Oh no, I forgot to check my thing out. Sorry guys, you guys give me rerolls. We'll have to save those for next time.
I want them.
Oh, and I've got one I didn't even use to screw you guys.
Yeah, we could have just.
Oh, Mr. Troy D sent a reroll to Andrew. Xenar Faith sends the reroll to Terry.
Oh yeah.
So
Next time, keep them coming.
I'm
coming. Make a note on
making
your
a
character
note.
sheets.
No, I'm
yeah.
putting that on top here because
I gotta
Do
reroll.
that now.
Cool.
I'm never
guys,
gonna give you up.
Thank you for jumping into that fun adventure. Yeah, it was
Rerolls.
good. Splendor of the Sewers.
Very fun.
Yeah, very good, guys. Very, very good. We're choosing a winner.
Yeah.
Who do we
Winner,
got?
winner, chicken dinner.
It's here.
That's so
Oh, crap. Mr. Troy D wins. Yay.
Yeah.
Congrats. Okay, so we will send you your free first month subscription to Dungeon in a Box. You'll get that. You'll get all the goodies in there, and you can run your own games. We had fun playing through the adventure module today. As always, that's optional when you get the box. They're not written to be mandatory. This is written to be a fun sewer adventure that you can drop into any adventure, right? So there's the sewer map. This is just kind of a general purpose dungeon map.
Yeah.
We had all the random charts for sewer encounters and stuff like that. But if you do want to run through the adventure, you can do that.
Yeah, we managed to get through like a good amount, but clearly
There's so much
there's
more.
so much
yeah,
more. Like
yeah.
this,
You can run your game all month with this thing.
Just a taste.
That's kind of the goal. So there's tons of stuff here, but it's designed to fit everybody's own like game world and play style. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We're gonna leave you for now, but we'll be back again next month.
Yeah.
Until then,
Oh, follow Dungeon in a Box on the internet.
should I
Please
plug
follow
myself?
them. Yeah, I'm gonna do it if you're not.
Thank you.
Follow Dungeon in a Box on Twitter and Instagram, and you can find out when our next adventure is. And also, we do sometimes fun little contests there as well, and some giveaways. So check it out if you want more free things and just to see what we're doing around town.
thank you. You're right. Yeah, dungeoninabox.com. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We have fun stuff. Until then, guys. You're watching Saving Throw, the channel where it's gird to be a nerd.
Nerd.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.